What's good, everybody? Sorry, let me just turn this laptop on. Western Zhao has the best beginning after coalition. Exciting. Good lord, what's happening here? Bro, I don't know what's going on. Give me a second. Good lord, sorry about this, man. I should have done this before going live. Okay, last time. Holy. I've been live for a minute and a half trying to fucking get on this. Alright, cool, 1 second. There we go. Good lord, that took way too long. I love this arc. Has a few slow parts, but I fucking love it as a whole. If you like them meathead action, basically, is that what you're trying to say? Let's go! Let's get it! This is taking long. Western Zhao Invasion is great, but it's just too long. Bro, it's Western Zhao Invasion. The possibility is insane. We got Riboku hype, Shinhoken hype. Come on, man. I'm excited as hell. What? Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm very sorry about this. I don't know what is going on with this laptop today. I might just have to read on the PC screen. Okay, there we go. There we go. We are finally in. Okay, everyone here, please, no reading of spoilers. No talking of spoilers. One Piece I'm talking about in the chat. None of that. I have read the spoilers, but there's a lot of people in the chat that don't. You know what I'm saying? So please don't spoil them, guys. That's just unfair to them. Regardless, there's tomorrow to talk about One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're enjoying the greatness that is Kingdom. I'm probably gonna do a One Piece stream tomorrow. Get a couple of the boys in. Get real toxic. But for now, none of that. Please, no One Piece talk. Smokey, hopefully, I know you've read the spoilers, so you know what they are, Smokey. If you can keep these niggas in check, I would appreciate you. But yeah, let's get into it. So, chapter 486. Quickly before I start, I want to give my thoughts on KOKUYO. So I had time to let it sit with me, and Kanki is amazing. Okay, he's too morally reprehensible for me to stand that guy. Like, I wouldn't say, yo, Kanki the GOAT. Like, he is a GOAT. He's amazing. Amazing character. I love the addition to the story. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fuck with his actions. But the longer it sits with me, the more I'll like him. I can see that happening too. I am very interested in his backstory because it will not justify what he's up to, but it will make me like him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Bam said Fiji W. Nah. I ain't no Kanki stan, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, fam. The arc of dead bodies was amazingly horrible. Yeah. My exact thoughts. Amazing character, but I hate his guts. Yeah, but I think it's a bit more than that because there's layers to Kanki. I'm gonna have to sit down and properly reread anything, but I've had time for it to sit with me. And Kanki is like top 10 in terms of favorite characters. Like, if you guys remember my Coalition streams, you guys might have remembered me calling Hawken the GOAT. And that wasn't because Hawken was an amazing character, because I do find him kind of bland as a character. But I called him the GOAT because every single time he's on screen, it's lit. Every single time Hawken is on screen, I'm going to see something great. So that's why to me I called him the GOAT, because it's like, how can I explain this? It's like Kaido before we got some characterization. It was like seeing him on screen was like, yo, he's not an amazing character. He barely has a character, but every time he's on screen, it's going to be hype. You know what I'm saying? Naki, a GOAT standout. Fiji, don't forget. Yeah, amazing addition to the Haitian unit. Oh, I was so happy that Naki joined. I love that shit, bro. Ugh, I love it. He's probably like top 5 strongest, isn't he? Like outside of... He's probably the strongest outside of Sosui. I don't know, he might even be stronger than Sosui. So it's like Shin, Kyokai. Those are the two that are definitely above him, I'd say. And then that's it. I don't think there's anyone else I'd say is definitely above Naki in terms of power. Kanki's methods are crazy without a doubt, but it gives like it's hype to see on screen. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's beautiful writing because it allows for character progression for Shin. It allows for this conflict in him. It allows for hype for him to end up at the end of the series for Shin. When he finally becomes the greatest general under the heavens and they unify China, it's not like they're just going to unify China. It's not like he's just going to become the great general of the heavens, but they're going to abolish this entire warring states period forever. If Naki compared himself to Raido, he's bodying everyone except for Kyokai and Shin. Yeah. And he was seemingly stronger than Raido, so yeah. He is. Naki's a monster. Okay, guys. Okay, folks. The last chapter ended with the conversation between Saitaku and the Riboku. And then the King of Chi, King Oken. Haha. Hype. Hype. I am not about to give my expectations at all because I have no expectations for this. I don't know where the story is going, to be fair, yeah. I don't know where the story is going, but I'm excited because this is apparently the most controversial arc in, the most controversial arc in Kingdom. There's people that have dropped the series because of it. I know I'm not starting it now. I have post KOKUYO before Western Zao Invasion, but I'm basically there. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just crossing the bridge to Western Zao. I'm starting Western Zao next stream, but yeah. So, this is it. It's time for it. I thought the Bihei stuff was very similar to the Usopp stuff. Very similar to the Usopp stuff. And I really appreciate it. I liked it. If it was resolved... Since it was resolved so quickly, I wouldn't say it was better than the Usopp stuff. Because the Usopp stuff was like a lingering thing you had to read through. And it was a lot more fleshed out. But that dialogue in chapter, I think 480 it is. That dialogue of Shin to the Hishin unit was... amazing. Amazing. Okay. I feel like that's enough talking. Way Fire Dragons is just as controversial? Well, why Fire Dragons was pretty great. I don't know why it would have to be so controversial. On that note though, guys, enough talking. Give me a second. I need to pound. Oh, come on, man. Why is niggas being so loud in the crib? Give me a second, y'all. Had to check him real quick, man. I'm joking. Anyways, it's time to read. Okay. Chapter 486. Bureaucrats battle. So we're getting some we're getting some politics, I'm guessing. So we got Saitaku here advising kings parleying with neighbors. Before you know it, you have arrived at the pinnacle of your path. Kanyo. We must not allow our focus to lie solely on Zhao. Both Wei and Chu are also diverting large armies towards us. Han and the rest have also been undertaking suspicious activities. If we do not carefully keep a watch on all 6 states' movements, then we may once again witness the rise of a 6-state coalition. Shohei-kun, that will not happen. They're shook of Chin, bro. Shin is making moves, dog. They really want to get these guys out of here. The Coalition Alliance 4 years ago was founded and supported in the name of Shun Shinkun, a man who had served as Mighty Chu's prime minister for 20 years, as well as the name of Riboku, who had recently added heroes such as Oki and Gekishin to the notches of his belt. The former has already departed this world, while Riboku, disgraced after failure of the last coalition, is not in position to start up another such alliance. This is some mid-translation, but yeah. In essence, there does not currently exist in these lands a figure with enough clout and prestige to lead a coalition. And even then, that would be assuming that I would even allow such an alliance to form again under my watch. Shohei-kun. Shohei-kun is like top 10 in Shin for me. Out of all the generals and all the big dons, like Shohei-kun is clear above Shobun-kun for me. And I really like Shobun-kun. I feel like no one would no one would argue that anyway. We have released numerous agents into the outside world to disrupt any relations between the other 6 states. I'm sure the Chancellor is correct in his judgment. Indeed, in which case maybe we should resume our attack, as perhaps does not exist was somewhat an exaggeration. To the east there still lies that one figure whose true strength we know very little of. It may be time we increased our surveillance on the east. Shohei-kun. Who will we be clashing blades with next? Naturally, as per our original plan, the state of Zhao. To make full use of our new foothold at KOKUYO, our next move will be, Sire! Urgent news! A top priority message from Saitaku-sama, and I believe the seal on this message is... From Saitaku-sama? From Yan? A seal? A crimson and blue seal. That seal was meant to be used only when the contents concern the fate of our very nation. What could it possibly be? Hype. Meanwhile at KOKUYO, it took us 5 days to finish handing the reins over to those guys, but at least it means I can leave without worry. So Shin is back home. Fiji top 10. Shohei-kun might be top 1. Tsuro dissing? Nah. The way I see it, bro, it's more like Mobu is clear above him for me. Mobu is above him for me personally. And then you have including dead niggas. I was including dead niggas as well. So you have Oki, Duke Hyo, who I have above him. Like there's a lot of other people, man. If I was to sit here and think, that I would be able to come up with even more names. Like Kanki and Osen, I don't know about Osen. He's clearly above Osen, but I would probably put Kanki above Shohei-kun, just personally. Shohei-kun could probably be top 1 eventually. He has the foundations to be top 1. And he was amazing in State of Eye. Anyways. So Shin is telling Morten to take good care of the hill. Nah. I wasn't scaling there. I'm talking about how much I like the characters. I wasn't talking about like scaling here. In terms of warfare, Shohei-kun is most likely top 1 in thing right now. I'm not putting Kanki over Shohei-kun in a war. I'm saying Kanki over Shohei-kun in terms of how much I like the characters. I'm not talking about in a war. Good lord, no. Nah, I would say Shohei-kun is above them. From what we've seen, at least. I'd say from that state of eye stretch, then yeah, I would say so. Yeah, we were talking about different things. Yeah. But in terms of a war, I don't know if I would put him top 1. I don't know. Because would you think Mobu? Do you think Shohei-kun can take Mobu in a war? Mobu's the kind of general that would just. Yo, Sam is wildin'. Hey man. Anyways, folks. Back to reading. Yeah, sure. You head on back and get some proper rest. He's finally leaving. Thank the heavens we're free of him. Hold up, let me put a song on. By the way, over the next few days, I'm gonna start streaming much earlier. Maybe not tomorrow or the day after, but I'm gonna start streaming much earlier because Ramadan's finally gonna be over, which means I can stream during the daytime for me and not like at midnight. So it's gonna be like 6 p.m. for me when I'm streaming, which is like afternoon for you guys. So I'm just letting you know for the American subscribers. I wonder if I've missed anything. Maybe we should spend one more day to just go already. Let us be on our way, Shindono. Feels like I haven't drunk enough though. I'm pretty sure you have. You even threw up, for God's sake. If you want to stay, do it yourself. Huh? Can I? Please, don't just go. Urgent report. I bring urgent news from HQ back at Kanyo. It's a truce. A temporary truce has been agreed to by Kanyo. A truce? With who? Who else but Zhao? I don't know the reasons either, but at any rate, we're in a truce with the Zhao forces. Anyone who breaks this agreement shall face dire consequences. Shit! Anyway, I've told you guys now. Make sure you clearly pass it on to all your men. You understand? This is something that even the Zhao have agreed to. Okay, I'm done with you lot. I have to hurry to the Southern Hill. A truce right after we took Kokuyo from Zhao? And they even agreed to this themselves? What the heck is going on? Don't ask me. 10. The fact that we're suddenly in a truce with no explanation is more 10. Kanyo they must be in quite a panic right now. Even Sensei, something completely outside their expectations must have suddenly occurred. I have a bad feeling about this. Several days later, under heavy security, there arrived in Kanyo a procession of unknown affiliation. Is this the nation to the east that Shohei-kun was worried about? It's the real thing? Is this really happening? No way. From the records of the Grand Historian, on the 10th year of reign 237 BC, Qi and Zhao paid a visit to Qin. Riboku. Just what is the meaning of this, Saitaku? Explain yourself. Not only did you bring the Prime Minister of our greatest enemy to this very court, there's even the actual king of the state of Qi as well. Have you gone mad without discussing this with us? You have my sincerest apologies for acting without approval. But to follow the proper procedure would have invited more danger, making it a somewhat difficult proposition at the time. Well, certainly. But nonetheless, for what reason would those two men willingly set foot into their enemy's home? I'm afraid you have us completely at a loss, Saitoku. To begin with, why'd you bring those two men? Not two. One. What? The Qi King? Exactly so. For the King of Qi to come to Kanyo, he must pass through Zhao lands. To that end, I contacted Zhao. Their terms for safe passage was payment in gold, as well as Riboku to accompany the Qi King so that he may meet with our monarch. I agreed, and here he is. How could you have agreed to that by yourself? To do such a thing without the king's approval? That's a capital offense, Saitaku-sama. Certainly, you are correct. If this means that afterwards you must take a club to this frail head of mine, then so be it. However, the Western and Eastern empires that shook these lands in years long past have culminated in the King of Eastern Qi, and the King of Western Qin we have today. If my head is what it costs to arrange a face-to-face meeting between these two figures, then I consider it a trivial price to pay. So Qi has a role to play in the upcoming arc? Sire, would you be willing to accept this request as my final undertaking? As a king who wishes to see all other states to be brought to ruin and crumble to dust, I respectfully ask that you exchange some words with the King of Qi, he who challenges you from atop the Jade Throne at the east. Hey man, Oken is just an interesting character. Like from his introduction in Coalition, I've been interested in him, and to him getting an actual dialogue and a conversation with Sei. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Chapter 487, guys. Conference of the East and West Kings. As we do not know what the Chi King is here to discuss, we should limit the audience to only a few members of importance. Hence, we cannot use the audience hall. We will conduct the talk at the secluded Hawkeye mansion. This way, sire. Hey, what's good, Malik? Hey, thanks for pulling up, bro. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you're at. Whatever time it is where you're at. I'm sure it's like evening for you. No, it's like 6 p.m. What am I talking about? Anyways. What of Riboku? He is awaiting his turn. And while we're not sure what his intentions are either, the Chi King is of greater priority. For a neighboring king to show up in Kanyo like this is unheard of in recent years. Normally the entire state would be rolling out the red carpet. Is that the Hawkeye mansion? And the Chi King? He's still at the blue palace below. Did you prepare a throne? We did not, sire. For 2 kings we erred on the side of politeness with equal seats. But the room still isn't ready yet. Curses suddenly showing up out of thin air saying I don't intend to stay for long, so prepare a suitable room. The Eastern monarch arrives at the Western capital for an audience. Greetings, O King of Chin, the King of Chi. My apologies for rushing you like this, Chancellor. Not at all. They eating good food. Ah, looks good. What dish is this? Salt roasted ox tongue, Your Majesty. That just sounds good, you know what I'm saying? I told Saitoku to prepare me a sampling of Chin's delicacies. So shall we sit here and discuss things over a meal, Your Majesty? Have you any qualms with that? A moment, please, Your Majesty. This is a talk between 2 kings of mighty nations. How could it be held on a landing between stairs? The room at Hawkeye Mansion is being prepared as we speak. It shall be ready shortly, so please. If I just wanted to sit down and talk in some closed-off room, then I wouldn't have come all the way here to Chin. Understand, Chancellor, that I came so that I could get a feel of the man who rules over the state named Chin. Very well, we shall conduct it here. Then let us begin. Unfortunately, there are only enough seats for Saitoku and the pair of us. I'm afraid I'll have to ask the Chancellors to leave. Even us? Just the 3 of you? Oh, no. My job is to simply act as an intermediary. I shall watch over the festivities from here. The Chancellor can have my seat. Except that there appear to be 2 of them. You have my apologies, but could you leave us, Shohei-kun? Yes, sir. Let us go, Kaioku. Consider yourselves dismissed as well, waitstaff. While I do intend to enjoy this meal, first we must discuss matters of import. Now, leave the wine here. Why did Saitoku-sama pick me? Now then, allow me. It's starting. A meeting between the 2 kings of East and West. Allow me to properly introduce myself. Orken, 8th king of the state of Chi. Oh, holy, this nigga's a goat. Good lord, what a page. So this is the ruler of the great eastern state of Chi. What a huge presence. 31st king of Chin. Ese. I love this so much, bro. This time, it's His Majesty giving off a scalding breeze. This is a conversation between 2 kings, you heard? Oh my. Despite your pretty face, you're quite a ferocious one. Exactly as Saitoku described. Well then, Your Majesty. A moment, please, Your Majesty. First, concerning the coalition army 4 years ago when Chi agreed to secede from the alliance, allow me to once again give you my formal thanks as the King of Chin. Were it not for your actions on that day, I honestly cannot even imagine that the state that Chin would be in today. On God. If it wasn't for him, they would be fucked. Sire, when I agreed to your terms years ago, I did not do so out of a desire to help Chin. The true reason I decided to withdraw from the coalition on that day was because I believed that a world where Chin had been destroyed, its lands and people being fought over like scraps between starving dogs by the 6 states, would be a world of such depravity and degeneration that I could not even bear looking at it. Does he have some sort of respect for Chin? Is he feeling it because his nation went through the same thing years ago? The coalition army squash them and bring them down to nothing, basically? How ironic it is that you, the very man whose fate was spared by that decision, now decides to eradicate the 6 other states and snatch up everything for yourself, painting a future of even greater depravity than the one you so narrowly avoided. So that's why he's here. Your Majesty, if you claim that to unify China is an act of depravity, then I must firmly deny that accusation. Yes, that is exactly it. That is what I came to see you do, O King of Qin. When I first heard from Saitaku your goal of unification, do you know what my first thought was? That perhaps I should join forces with Zhao, rally together a second coalition army, and this time wipe Qin off the map for good. It was what his king said next that gave me pause. That there would come a world where man need not kill each other. Is that correct? Yes, of course. A naive fantasy that is impossible in reality. You are wrong! Your Majesty, when I heard of this utopia of yours, just like Saitaku, honestly, even I felt a stirring within my chest. But you see, in between the 2 visions of conquest of the 6 states and a world where no one needs to be killed, there lies an essential reality that you have overlooked. To destroy a state, a nation, a country is to force the people of the vanquished enemy into becoming citizens of Qin. Have you given any thought to their plight? For a citizen, their nation is the soil in which they spread their roots. Take that away and just like a plant, their minds and bodies shall surely wither away. That is to say, every single person alive in the 6 states right now, you intend to see them turn to dust. But they simply need to spread new roots in Qin instead, and how would they do that? What of those who refuse to become Qin? Will you force them through violence? The same that you used to crush their homeland? Well, not much other choice, is there? But to carry that out on the whole of China, that would be a world even more twisted than the 500 years of constant war we have endured up until now. Truly the epitome of depravity, however you pronounce it. After you have left the ruins of the 6 in your wake, how do you intend to save the people of the vanquished states? You insisted that your utopia was not simply an empty fantasy. Then surely you must have an answer that would satisfy even I, the King of Qi, one of the enemies that must inevitably be removed from your path, O King of Qin. This is what I love. This is what I love. Challenge his dream, bro. I want to see conflict in Sei. I want to see him think, is it truly worth it? Am I actually capable of doing this shit? I want to see him come out on top. Now, just hold on. At our current stage, how could we possibly have thought of an answer to such a huge question? That is what I have journeyed all the way to Kanyo for, to hear this answer from your mouth. And if you were to have been spouting vulgarities about conquest, when you did not even have a solution prepared, then I shall be forced to raise a second coalition army and put Qin to the torch first. So what they were fearing just now? Like Riboku and Shunshinkun, they don't have the power because Shunshinkun's dead, Riboku's a nobody. They don't have the power to lead or to gather a coalition army anymore. But Oken, King Oken, he does. Your Majesty, that is, there is no need to be so worked up. If it is an answer you seek, then I have it. Oh my god, bro. Kingdom dialogue is actually... none of it is wasted. All of it is fucking amazing, bro. Alright, hold up, man. Oh my god. Chapter 488, folks. Is chat working? So you're telling me that you already have an answer to the question of how you intend to save the citizens of your vanquished enemies? How intriguing. In that case, will you share your wisdom with us right here and now? King of Qin, Ese. With every word and every breath, the future of China grows clearer and clearer. Qin King's vision. What's the matter, O King of Qin? Your Majesty is correct. For the people, their state is the soil in which they lay their roots. And to take that away from them would only leave citizens with an unbearable sense of humiliation, loss, and abject terror. As one who intends to carry out the unification of these lands, I am fully aware that it is my responsibility to alleviate the conquered citizens from that suffering. And to go about accomplishing that, then it will be necessary to convince them that this was not a war waged for the sake of conquest. What a strange thing to say. Is bringing the 6 states to heel not a war of conquest? No, it is not. This war for unification is a war for the sake of ushering in a brand new era and nation. I love this guy so much, dog. You don't understand, bro. I love him so much, bro. These dialogues are just... Deadass, you know what's crazy? Do you know why it's so wild to me? The fact that this happened in history, dog. Say was the first person to ever unify China, bro. I want you guys to remember that. And what are China now? It's a unified nation. The most densely populated, the country with the highest population, one of the biggest countries on the planet. And this guy in history, although of course it's very different because they were a lot more savage and the way they went about things was different. I understand that. I'm not glorifying their act, but just in this piece of fiction, it was different. Say was a noble man, he was a good man, he was wise, he wanted the best for the people. And they're gonna end up in Kingdom by the end of the series. They're gonna achieve the China that we know of today. And that is one of the grandest and greatest nations on the planet in terms of power, in terms of wealth, in terms of, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of ways. And Say was the man who started this off, at least in Kingdom. In the real world, he started off too, but like he was a savage man, so I'm not gonna glorify that. But wow. To conquer is to subjugate. Even if we were to destroy all 6 states, do you think Western Qin would be able to maintain control over the lands by itself? If we attempt to do so, in only a few years, you could expect the world to plunge into an age of strife yet again. Were Qin to attempt to install itself as overlord after defeating the 6 states, then unification will, without any shred of doubt, end in failure. The people of Qin must not allow themselves to become rulers of the rest. Doing so will first clear away any feelings of fear the conquered people may have towards Qin. And once we have announced the designs of our new nation, with no borders or battles to hinder them, we shall witness a world where man and goods can move freely amongst... I told you that this is an impossible fantasy. To unite the 7 fragmented states of these lands into a single entity without imposing your will upon them is impossible. Within these lands lie a multitude of cultures, customs, and religions. With so many complications dividing the people, how could you ever hope to unite them under a single banner? If anything, the only feasible way of making this possible would be through a powerful ruler above them, the likes of which has never been seen before. Your Majesty is completely correct. To truly unify these lands would require one thing to single-handedly govern the whole system effectively. But it can never be allowed to be a man. If not man, then what? Law! We will grant the law the highest level of power, and through law, we will govern the people and the land. He's the nigga that came up with this shit? Under this new law, whether you used to be a citizen of Qi or a citizen of Qin, none of it will matter. A world where royalty, nobility, and common peasantry means nothing. A world where everyone shall answer equally. He actually had an answer, and it was a goated fucking answer. King of Qi, the superpower that shall emerge following the unification, shall be the one that finally achieves peace and equality after 5 whole centuries of conflict. A nation that shall be governed by law. Look at the shock in Orkin's face. Why am I crying? To have thought that far. Whether it be Qin or Qi, the citizens of all 7 states shall stand shoulder to shoulder in this new world, none superior or inferior to the rest, so that we may truly unify ourselves as one people, and work towards the formation of our new nation. That is the answer that I have prepared as response to the citizens of the 6 states. A world where even royalty and nobility are not above the law. Correct. But such a thing could hardly be considered a kingdom anymore. A trifling matter. You really defy normal expectations. That being said, a nation governed by law, where people from all 4 corners of the world may be treated as equals, not the cleanest of answers, but certainly not a bad one either. Of course, this will be an undertaking that is far easier said than done. This vision that you strive for does not appear to be one where my people will need to suffer. I see. To think that such a path existed. It would appear that allowing myself to be cajoled by Saitaku and journeying to the western reaches here was worth the time after all. Then does that mean the coalition is... Next, I must ask your majesty to answer a question. What was the purpose behind your visit to Kanyo? I had thought it would involve a Qin-Qi alliance, but this does not appear to be consistent with what you said. Nah. What's going on? Nah, you're closer to the mark there. Although without a formal witness, this can only be considered a verbal promise between ourselves. But yes, it is an alliance between Qi and Qin I seek. And how would such an enterprise benefit Qi? For us Qin, were we to go to war with Wei, Zhao or Han, having an ally in the form of Qi poised at their back is one of the greatest advantages we could hope for out of an alliance. However, the moment Qin's blade penetrates those 3 states, Qi will certainly be the next to find itself threatened by our steel. And I'm sure that as the king of Qi, you're aware that our alliance will not be enough to stand in the way of our progress. He is spitting. He is spitting right now. He said, listen, I want you to ally with me. Help me take over these 3 other nations. And then when it's done, don't expect me not to point my blade at you. You're going to be next. I'm going to keep 100 with you. But you still should ally with us. Trust me, it's a good move. And when that time comes, should the king of Qin's eyes have changed and become clouded by impurity, then Qin, king of Qin's, and been clouded by impurity, then Qin shall fight to the last man to protect their home. Wait. Does that mean if he remains unchanged, then the state of Qi... We got a new ally in Arken? I like this guy. I've liked him from the jump. Your Majesty, around 50 years ago, a great coalition army led by the great Gakuki reduced the mighty state of Qi to a paltry 2 cities, Kyo and Sokuboku. It was at that time in the besieged city of Kyo that I was born, and since then I have seen a great many things on the way here today. On God, he has. And there has been one thing that I've always believed in, that a thoroughly sickening amount of blood has already been shed on these plains, and that so long as we are unable to find an exit from this quagmire, the follow of blood shall never cease. I had convinced myself that maybe such an exit did not exist at all. But sitting here now, I feel that perhaps I have just seen a small glint of light shining out of the darkness. Oh, King of Qin, if it is you, then perhaps there is someone who finally someone to whom the reins to this land can be entrusted. Ah! He's talking about surrender? There's no mistaking it right now. The Qi King, one of the 7 warring states, is actually talking about surrendering, bro. What a godly fucking chapter, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. No words needed. No words needed, bro. Real nigga energy, bro. Oh, what's going on? Chapter 489, folks. Ooh. What a chapter, man. What a chapter, bro. Good lord. Today is such a great day. Today is such a great day. Orkan accepting the superior conquerors Aki is a fact. Facts. Hold up. Xiaobunken's killing me, man. He's so funny. Yeah, Xiaobunken's expressions are amazing. But at this point, deep down inside, I feel like this guy right now. So you know, I'm not gonna give him smack for it. Something absolutely unbelievable has just occurred. Granted, not by any stretch of the animation could this meeting be viewed as official, but the eastern state of Qi, which we had expected to pose a troublesome threat, simply from listening to our king's words, has practically declared that they will be willing to surrender to us. And Saya seems to have accepted it too. Which means that without needing to spill even a single drop of blood, we've managed to subdue one of the 6 states. Man! His convictions fostered by the roar of the azure sky. Oh my god, bro. What a chapter I just read, and what a chapter I'm about to read. Saitaku's pride. Aye man. This is what... This is wildin'. I don't understand why Saitaku went to the lengths he did to bring your majesty all the way here to Kanyo. Naturally, I am grateful to the Qi King for making this trip. But I also would like to thank you, Saitaku. That you achieved all this by yourself is amazing. Don't celebrate too soon, your majesty. For not only is this agreement between us purely verbal, as I said earlier, if your attitude were to change at any point in the future, then you can expect Qi to oppose you with all your might. But until that time comes, Qi shall sit on the sidelines, content to simply observe all your battles. The mere fact that Qi shall not be urging on the 3 states from behind is enough to save 100,000 Qin soldiers' lives. That is true, in which case your majesty truly should thank Saitaku. It is this old man who should be thanking you, sire. Embarrassingly, I was once the very same, though from a very different vantage point from his majesty, the king of Qi. There was a time in my life where this foolish man also sought a path that could direct this world we live in. But as the years passed, I had also given up. I was convinced that such a path could not possibly exist. But then, sire, it was you. You, during your debate with Ryofui in the city of Yu, who let me see the light. The words you spoke shook me to my very core. At that moment, from the bottom of my heart, I thanked the heavens for letting me live as long as I have. However, whether it be your path, the light, or even a world without warfare, if you are not able to bring them into fruition, then they will be nothing more than the foolish ramblings of a child. This nigga's spitting. Oh, you are completely correct. The unification of these lands. The sire know what the single biggest obstacle is that stands in the way of making your dream a reality? I do. It is Riboku. I honestly never really viewed Riboku as that huge of an obstacle because, based off of his character and his ideals, what we know of him so far, he doesn't like bloodshed. And the unification of China, if he actually had a full-fledged conversation of say, is actually something I could see him just like surrendering to, similarly to Orkin. But I don't think I know Riboku's character well enough to say such a thing. Maybe he has his own aspirations, his own ambitions, something he wants to do himself. None other than Riboku is the single biggest obstacle. Riboku is... Oh, Orkin said, if it is Riboku, then allow me to share some insight. Riboku's gaze has constantly been turned westward towards Qin. In a way, you could say Qin has spent many years looking at Zhao and Riboku's backs, and while Qin may have emerged victorious at KOKUYO recently, from our view behind Zhao, our impression is that Riboku does not yet feel pressured. He still has something up his sleeve. Oh, the setup. The setup, man. Our impression is that Riboku does not yet feel pressured. He still has something up his sleeve. And we are unable to perceive what exactly that hidden factor may be. Riboku of Zhao's three great heavens is without a doubt a far greater foe than Qin may have given credit for him. Oh, Qin King. even more so than we expected. As the man who slew Oki and Dukyo, I am completely aware that Riboku is a monster who is not to be underestimated, and I'm even more aware that if we cannot defeat him, then bringing down the 6 states will forever remain a dream. But the great generals of Qin from this point on shall without a doubt be the ones to slay him. When Shin kills him, bro, it's gonna be like, yo. Then there is nothing more that needs to be said. You should go, King of Qin. That very same Riboku awaits you right now within the main hall. Was I gonna get back-to-back godly fucking conversations? Making him wait too long may cause him to realize this importance of our discussion, and would definitely not be a very good idea. Sire, I am most grateful for your offer, your majesty. Please excuse me. We shall reconvene at the evening banquet. Your majesty. May fortune bless you with its presence. Thank you. I'm off then, Saitaku. What a godly conversation. He really does possess a certain something, doesn't he, Saitaku? It's just as you said. He is a king that appears only once every 1,000 years. Granted, I may have allowed myself to indulge you in your persistence. It doesn't take away from the fact that you facilitated this meeting between us. If it's him, then perhaps he can really make that vision a reality. These men are really homies, Saitaku and Oken. The sort of world that both of us yearn for. Saitaku, are they brothers or something? Or is that his... It would seem your final piece of work truly is your greatest one yet, Saitaku. What? Going by the records of the Grand Historian, Saitaku was born in Yan and wandered throughout the lands before arriving at Qin. After besting the Qin's chancellor in a battle of wits, he succeeded his position. He would go on to serve 4 generations of Qin's kings, all culminating in Eise, achieving a level of prestige that was rare even in his homeland of Yan. So cold. How long did you run out of time, Saitaku? Sleep well, old friend. Many times in the past, you aided me in times of need. Lord Saitaku passes away. What a way to go out, man. What a way to go out, man. F's in the chat for the goat. F's in the chat for the goat. I shall take responsibility and watch over these events to their conclusions. What's the matter, sire? Nothing. Let us hurry, your majesty. Riboku awaits us. R.I.P., man. That was kind of sudden, but yeah. Man, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Saitaku. I liked him, man. I liked Saitaku quite a bit. Alright, cool. Let me read this. Riboku is extremely patriotic though. Makes sense. He loves his homeland. Okay. And the Zhao King obviously won't just surrender. Okay. Qi King wouldn't have gone for unification if his state had to get destroyed to achieve it either. Understood, yeah. Riboku has that fashion sense going for him. That first, yeah. I agree, Suro. If Ryofuyu didn't bait him with the Sei Sun thing, he would have had another year in him. Oh my god. These next 2 chapters are godly. I know, Sam. Like, him dying is obviously, yeah, but like, in that moment, leave me alone. It was sudden. It wasn't sudden, but it was sudden. Alright, folks, give me like 10 seconds, because I'm going to run downstairs and get my drink. I need to grab my drink real quick. I'm gonna learn a lot about Riboku in these chapters. Hype, hype, hype. Got a massive ice cube. Can't even fit in the cut. I give up. I'm just gonna have to pour it in like an idiot. Good lord, it's foaming up. Cheers, lads. Need a fizzy drink when reading Kingdom, bro. That's a necessity. Alright. Alright, we good. We good. It's time to read. Chapter 490. Is that okay, so we have, I always forget her name, if one of you can remind me. The girl that Riboku's basically one of his vassals, the girl who knows Ten. The one who had that wholesome moment with Ten in Coalition. The one who, Fute, I think his name, I forgot his name, but the guy with the dope design, the worst generation member of Zao, he wants to marry her or something. Anyways, it is time. You have the Chin King's attention, Prime Minister of Zao Riboku. Greetings. Prime Minister of Zao Riboku greets your majesty. What a spread. Kane, thank you. Look at that face off, man. I would like to begin by thanking your majesty for this opportunity. Wait, let me drop the brightness down a bit. Oh, Lord. I hate when this happens. I hate when this happens so much. Oh Lord, give me a second, guys. I don't know what's happening right now. Alright, cool, guys. I need to restart this PC real quick. Sorry about that. Just restarting it real quick. This laptop, not PC. I'll be literally, it's gonna take like 30-40 seconds, something like that. While that's happening though, let me just give my thoughts on Orken real quick. Orken was always very interesting to me, but just that page of him with just that page of him, like just when he was applying pressure, was enough to boost him, and then that entire dialogue was just beautiful. So I love Orken. Okay, maybe that's premature to say I love him, but he's up there for me for sure. Utsuro Nice, no worries. There's just this thing that always happens with what always happens. Basically, some assistive touch thing happens. It's so weird. A little circle shows up on the screen, and I can't scroll or click anything. It becomes, when I'm sliding, it automatically becomes it automatically just zooms in and zooms out, and I don't know how to toggle this or to turn it off. Maybe there's a button on the keyboard, maybe there's a certain, oh wow, it's still there. Look at it. It's that little assistive touch thing, and like I can't scroll or click to the next page. I don't know how to get rid of it. And I've googled it, and I just can't seem to find a solution. And like reading manga with this assistive touch thing is so annoying. So that's what's always happening when there's a little problem with the laptop or the tablet. That's literally the only issue I ever run into with it. Man, I'm so excited to start talking about this tomorrow. I'm so excited to start talking about this chapter tomorrow with everybody, man. This One Piece chapter. How'd you get rid of this? Okay, I feel like it's gone. Is it gone? Good lord. Okay, I think I'm just gonna read on the PC. As annoying as that is, just gonna read on the PC. So I'm not gonna be able to show you guys panels, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it's just the best course of action if I just read from the PC. Read Kingdom. The OP chapter's not even out and niggas already slandering. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be toxic as hell because people just... I don't understand people, bro. I don't understand how people have managed to spin it to slander, but we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. I'm probably gonna host a discussion stream on Saturday. Bro, I'm gonna be dropping videos, streams, a lot of stuff. Okay, thank you, SB. Let me just open that. Anyways, I'm just gonna read now. We'll talk about One Piece when we talk about One Piece. I have no work next week, so I'm gonna be going crazy with the uploads and the streams. So yeah. Anyways, it's time to read. Chapter 490, guys. You have the Chin King's attention. Prime Minister of Zhao, Riboku greets your majesty. I would like to begin by thanking your majesty for this opportunity. Save the pointless preamble. For what purpose did you choose to personally make a journey all the way here to Kanyo, Riboku? Cutting right to the chase. He didn't even let him finish his greeting. Even if it's the king, Riboku-sama is still a prime minister, bro. He's dissing. This is peculiar. For his majesty to stonewall Riboku, even doing away with pleasantries. Nope, this is about right. Saitaku-sama said so himself. The only reason we allowed Riboku's audience was because it was needed for the Chi King's safe passage. We have nothing to discuss with Riboku. Is it called a feedback circle? I have no idea, Tsuro, because it has no name. It's just like an assistive touch. If you've ever used assistive touch on like an iPhone, that's how it looks like. It's a little circle that's on the screen that I can't get rid of. And I can't click it, I can't move it or anything. It's just there and it's fixed in that position. And everything seems to zoom into that point. So like when I slide, it zooms into that point. If that makes any sense. For an enemy prime minister to visit us like this is bizarre, especially considering that the Battle of KOKUYO only just concluded. I'm perfectly aware that my presence here is hardly welcome. But it is here that there is a matter that I must bring to your majesty's attention that I have journeyed with while there is still time. Hold on. Something he wants to tell the Qin King while there's still time? Please, your majesty, before it is too late, I would ask that you abandon your dreams of unification. Woo! Your majesty, in truth, I sincerely respect you from the bottom of my heart. Overcoming the stigma of your birth in Kantan to seize the Qin throne, putting your own life at risk at the Battle of Sai to rally the civilians and create a miracle. And now you hold within you a burning will to rid this world of warfare by shaping the realm into a single nation. Good lord. Windows settings, ease of access, other options, visual options. Okay, we're trying this out. Hold up. We're trying this out, because if you can, it's going to be way better than reading on there, so I can show you guys some of the key panels. Yo, Douglas, I'm sorry. I know you spitting right now, but I had to remove that just because spoilers. But you spitting, don't worry. Find touch. Alright, thank you so much, Utsuro. I'm going to try this out right now. So, Windows settings. Windows settings, ease of access. Ease of access, other options, visual. Hold up. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Sam, bro. This is annoying me, man. It's been annoying me every stream. If I can fix this now, it will fix a lot of things. I can't seem to find this, man. My options are a little different. So, other options. Ease of access. I can't find other options. Cursor and pointer size. Yes, I turned it off. I turned it off. Alright, let's go. Is it off? Yes, let's go. Thank you so much. You are the GOAT, Utsuro. I appreciate you ever so much. Thank you, Utsuro. Go. Okay. So now I can read comfortably. Let's go. Utsuro, go. Utsuro, go. Finally, man. Yeah, it worked. So now I can read comfortably, bro. Because I've been, for every last one of these streams, I've had issues with the tablet. And now it's gone completely. Thank you. Nigga fixed something I was trying to fix for like a week in 10 seconds. Anyways, time to read. Overcoming the stigma of your birth in Kantan to seize the Qin throne, putting your own life at risk at the Battle of Sai to rally the civilians and create a miracle. And now you hold within you a burning will to rid this world of warfare by shaping the realm into a single nation. Honestly, I would have liked to serve under a king such as yourself. What you just said may cause misunderstandings, Riboku. But even if I were to have been in your service, I believe I still would have attempted to warn your majesty off of unification. When a nation draws close to its hour of demise, it will surely unleash a level of strength that far exceeds all expectations in an effort to fight back. As to how great that strength would be, well, I'm certain Qin would understand best of all considering your position during the last coalition. In other words, the only thing that would lie ahead of you in the future would be atrocious wars where blood will only be washed away by more blood. He gives off pacifist vibes. He doesn't want any war at all. He doesn't want bloodshed. But at the same time, he's trying to destroy. Okay, cool. Let me just keep reading, guys. What comfort will your dreams of a future utopia be to those who must fall on the path towards realizing it? Whether it's the amount of blood that shall be shed or the number of lives that will be lost, without a doubt it can only be considered to be the greatest of tragedies. Your Majesty, I am also a man who desires to see this era of warfare brought to an end, and I am certain that there are others within the 5 states that share the same sentiment, in which case, instead of crossing swords with these people, would it not be wiser to extend your hand in peace instead? By working together, surely a path towards peace shall... No. There is no other path through that... there is no other path than through that of unification. Haha, sure haircut! I actually think he might be top 5 in Qin for me, man. Out of all the generals and shit, man. Your Majesty, I bid you to immediately send missives to the other 6 states and organize a gathering of the 6 other kings here at Kanyo. A gathering with the 6 kings. An alliance. Correct. An alliance between all 7 states. I wish I never knew about the Western Zhao invasion because it would just change everything. Because now I know this is going to go badly, but how? I'm still excited to find out the context on how it goes. Okay, an alliance with all 7? That could never work. Even alliances with 3 states have difficulty succeeding. To achieve something that difficult with all 7 states is just... It's absolutely... There is no need to make it needlessly complex. If our one and only goal is long-lasting peace in this world, then there's only one condition that the 7 states would need to follow. The complete forbiddance of conducting warfare against any of the other states. Or any single state to break this taboo and encroach upon the lands upon another. They will be immediately beset upon by the other 6 and wiped off the map. See, I think this is Riboku's way of basically trying to unify the states the cheap way. That's what he's trying to do. Well, not really. He wants everyone to have their own tradition, own cultures, own religions. They can all be their own states, but they can just leave each other and live in harmony. But that would never work. That would never work. If all 7 kings of the realm were to stamp their seals and agree to these terms, then warfare shall disappear from these lands without even needing a single drop of blood to be spilled. Something like that will never achieve lasting peace. Talk to this nigga, bro. Certainly, it is true that were we to join your hands with Yuriboku and pool our knowledge and wisdom in order to convince the 6 other kings to put their own state's interest behind that of the greater good and form a 7-state alliance, then yes, war and conflict shall disappear from these lands. However, what guarantee is there that this alliance will still be upheld in 100 years' time when both you and I will have departed from this world? Riboku, as time passes, it is inevitable that a nation enters a period of prosperity. And if that were to ever coincide with kings or vassals of wicked intent, then you can be certain that the alliance will be broken. Do you truly intend to tell me that you believe a lasting peace can be achieved through such a flawed method? Just how many times have we experienced failures of that manner throughout our history? We have no choice but to change things from the roots up. Say isn't just trying to change it for this generation. He's trying to change it for the next generation and the next generation and for all years to come. Does your Majesty think that by masking your plan with gilded words, you can simply brush the matter off? Do you really think the 6 states... Oh, they're shouting at each other, let's go! Do you really think the 6 states will just roll over and allow themselves to be trodden upon for the sake of you and your basest vision? I have never had any delusions of that sort since the very beginning. No one understands more than me that my action shall bring forth a tragedy that shall encompass the entire land, but still I choose to see it through. I have no intentions of whitewashing my actions. Hear me well, Riboku, and vassals of Zhao. Through military might, Qin shall conquer and destroy all 6 states, including Zhao, and unify the realm under a single banner. Return and pass my words back to your king. Tell him he can deliver Zhao's total capitulation at his earliest convenience. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. He told him, listen, sire, what the hell did you just say? If you can do it, then let's see you try. I understand. Unfortunately, I can only interpret that as a declaration of war. But mark my words, your majesty, it shall be you and Qin who live to regret those words. Bro! Bro! Bro. Man. Oh, that was a great chapter. Alright, folks. Time for 491. Damn, we've already been alive for an hour and 10 minutes. And how many chapters have we read? We've read like 6, right? Good lord. Now, wait, what? Wow. We've read 5 chapters in an hour? Sorry, guys. I'm gonna pick up the pace. I'm gonna pick up the pace. Quite delicious. Your majesty is too kind. Saitaku-sama, let him sleep. Just leave him be. Ah, she didn't notice he's dead. Lord. Until the discussion at the audience hall concludes. Yes, sir. Each and every dish is marvelous. Are the ingredients all that of Qin? Indeed, your majesty. The poultry is a breed known as the Kima, stemming from deep within the Shinta Mountains located in Qin's northwest, while the golden fish used in the fish dish has been sourced from Ryose River, said to possess the clearest waters in all of Qin. The vegetables and grain were grown in the fertile lands of the Seki county of Qin. The more one chews the rice, the sweeter the flavor that comes out. I believe our rice would not lose even to that of northern chews, which is said to be some of the best in the entire world. So it truly could be considered Qin's rice, Qin's meat, and Qin's vegetables. Huh? Exactly so, your majesty. Then what if I were to tell you that from tomorrow onwards, all of this would be considered Zhao's rice, Zhao's meat, and Zhao's vegetables? How would that make you feel? That would be absolutely unforgivable. What is Orken doing? What? Okay, is that so? As expected, it would be hard to swallow, wouldn't it? Past the point of no return, onto the path towards all-out war. Qin's obstacle. Then if you would excuse me, hold it. I cannot let that statement slide. Just what exactly do you mean by Qin will be the ones to regret this? Short-hair-kun dog! Bro! If he starts spitting, bro, if Short-hair-kun begins to spit, he might be top 1. He has one of the greatest designs out. That spread of him slicing dude's head off in State of Eye is so beautiful. Oh my god. He said, just what exactly do you mean by Qin will be the ones to regret this? Explain that. Hold up. Take it back a second. I can't let you leave. What did you say? You do not comprehend? Chief of the military Short-hair-kun? I'm saying that if Qin were to earnestly set forth on a campaign to bring all 6 states under its heels, then the very first state to perish of the 7 in these lands shall be none other than your Qin. What? What did you say? For Qin, an endeavor on the scale of conquering all 6 states can be thought of as a battle of endurance, in which case, strategically, you would need to swiftly crush our Zhao as one of your first steps, given how close we are located to the center. But so long as I, Riboku, still draw breath, Qin shall never be able to take down Zhao. Oh, he talking shit. As the clock counts down and your efforts grow more and more desperate, I shall simply lure your men deep into our lands before thoroughly eradicating them. Of course, doing so will come at a great cost to us as well, but even if it results in a 1-for-1 trade, I will gladly take it. Because were Qin to ever become bogged down in its war with Zhao and have its strength sapped away, Chu will without a doubt send their forces northbound and claim everything for their own, even Kanyo. And while I can tell that, while I can tell you now that Chu and Zhao have no such agreement to that effect, it is inconceivable that Karin would let such an opportunity slip past. And what we are saying is that you shall fall to our blades before such a situation can occur, Boku. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all niggas ain't gonna have the time. Chu isn't gonna have the time for that. Oh, then who, may I ask, shall be the one to slay me? Will it be Kanki, Mobu, To, or perhaps even Osen? Oh, Riboku is spitting. Don't make me laugh. Riboku is talking mad shit. Riboku is a goat. Riboku just shot the fuck up in my rankings, dog. Don't make me laugh. Are you telling me you hope to unify China with eyes as blind as yours, Shohei-kun? These Qin generals that you hold in such high regard, it would seem not a single one of you has even the slightest inkling of just how much a power gap exists between their likes and I, Riboku. Oh, he is talking shit. You know what's crazy though? He can talk all this shit, but one of the main men he respected, Keisha, was just taken out by Shin. I don't know what he's talking about, because Shin just deaded one of his main men. And Shin ain't even nowhere near on the level of these generals. So what's he actually talking about? Like, what's he talking about? If you're keeping it a buck. What's he talking about? He's got the shit talk, but can his actions meet it? Can he match his talk of action? So allow me to take this chance to make it clear in terms even you can understand. He's basically saying, you illiterate fuck, I'm going to tell you. Even if you were to unleash every single one of Qin's generals at me simultaneously, they would still not be a match for I, Riboku. If even despite that you still intend to do this battle with us, then so be it. This nigga is mocking them in their home. He is in their palace and he's saying none of you can do shit. He said, dog, every single one of them. This nigga is chatting the most cap right now. He is capping so much. This nigga is nothing. On guard, let's be honest, because he gathered all 6 goddamn nations under his rule, and he couldn't do anything to all the generals. So what are the generals gonna do to Zhao? What's he talking about? This nigga on some cap, I don't care. Zhao ain't shit. However, if you have learned nothing else from today, at least remember this. Zhao shall never fall. The ones to perish from this war shall be Qin. Oh, he can talk the talk, but I know he ain't walking no walk. How dare he spout such nonsense? Qin? Perish? What rubbish. We should just wipe them all out here at Kanyo for this. You must not do so, and even when Qin conquers Zhao, its people will never allow themselves to be governed by Qin. Do not allow yourselves to fail for his cheap taunts. This is nothing more than a part of his psychological warfare. What do you think, my lord? The reason Riboku came here is that if he really was here to sway his majesty, you would think he would have kept at it a bit longer. That's true. It was probably just so he could see me. What sort of man and with what sort of face speaks of unification? Something to that effect. That's what he wanted, exactly. Don't put that on Riboku. Blame the other states. Them niggas were lacking. Nah. Riboku was lacking as well, though. He failed. I understand that Qin literally done the impossible, but still, he failed. Something to that effect is probably what Riboku wished to confirm with his own eyes on this trip here. That's the impression I received. Riboku-sama, it's my second time here, but it still strikes me how beautiful a capital Kanyo is. If you asked me, I would say Kantan is even more beautiful. Naturally! So what exactly have we obtained from this little detour? With this, the future grows clear. Looks like it's all-out warfare after all. With this, there will be no more regrets or hesitation. Yes, this was the first time I've seen Riboku-sama make such an outburst. Did it stem from aggravation born from the future he sees? Which means that what we're about to enter is a brutal and savage era of warfare between Zhao and Qin with no turning back. The storm has come upon us earlier than we expected. Bananji, Shunsuji, the moment we return you to we return, you two are to each recruit an additional 20,000 men and see to their training. Once Riboku returned to Zhao would open its coffers to focus on strengthening its military. And in the same manner, Qin would also begin to distribute funds from its treasury to upgrade its forces across the state. Qin, Taikin, north of Teika village. Okay guys, so explain to me, why the hell was Riboku in Chi speaking to Oken to begin with? If Saitoku's entire purpose of doing this was just to get Oken over here and he needed Riboku, did they call Riboku over? Is that the point? Yeah, Riboku's getting desperate. I love it. Riboku ain't shit without Oken, little bitch. Now I'm joking, Riboku's a god. But Ryofui is still clear. I'm sorry. Sure, was generous of him. Didn't expect HQ to send us enough money and rice to sign on another 1,000 men. They said we could place orders for whatever gear we wanted to. Really? Then I want a glaive. One of them new shiny ones. More on, if you start swinging one of those around, you're going to get swamped by people wanting to take it off you. Wait, weren't we only looking for another 1,000 guys? There's almost 2,000 gathered here. No, you idiot. We're recruiting at Teibi and Kan too, so we're only meant to take on 300 here. 300 here today. Riboku only agreed if he could talk with Sei. Okay, so that's why they called him over. Got you, yeah. I had that impression already. But, like, just seeing Riboku talking with Oken and Saitoku gave me impressions that something else that was, could have been happening under the covers. But nah, I understand. It was just because he needed safe passage. Got you. Why the heck isn't the captain here yet? Did he get lost on the way again or something? What should we do, Ne-chan? I'm confident enough to think I can make it as one of the 300 out of all these people. We're getting new characters? New recruits to the Hishin unit? Hey man, this just excites me, man. The new generation. We're getting some young bloods up in this. After we went through all that efforts coming down the mountain to it, it will be fine, Tan. We just gotta believe in ourselves. Doesn't matter what it takes. We're gonna join these guys that we admire so much. Sorry, but is this where that recruiting thing's happening? He's strong. Ne-chan, this guy is definitely really strong. Calm down, Tan. That's so? Finally made it then. Thanks, you two. Wait, if you're here to apply, then you need to line up from here. Huh? Nah, I'm with these guys, so I don't need to bother with that. He's from the Hishin unit. Give it your best, yeah? Archer brothers. Oh, we got to talk to someone from the Hishin unit. They don't know who they're talking to. Their Hishin unit stands. Ah, let's go. I love it. Chapter 492, folks. Bro, I'm reading real slow. It's been an hour and 20 minutes and I've read... I've only read 7 chapters. Hey, look at the princess, dog. She is Sei's daughter, fam. No, she is Shin's daughter. Did I just say Sei? Or little sister, you think that's more applicable to the situation, little sister? You in the blue shirt, disqualified. Even if you have to throw up, keep moving. The moment you stop, you're out. Man, listen up, maggots. Hanging exercise aren't about your arm muscles. It's about guts. If you've got the guts, then you can even last 3 whole days. And the first ones to die in the battle are the ones without guts. Come on, man. Talk to him, bro. You need guts. Can't take it anymore. You fail. And you two, get out of my sight, you weaklings. Oh boy. Aren't these tests that Kario 10 came up with just a bit too extreme? 10 came up with these? There's no way we'd make it through those. Thank goodness we got in the Hishin unit when we were still... we got in when the Hishin unit was still small, huh? Disqualified. Just hold on a minute, you assholes. Bastards getting all carried away just because we're here to take your stupid tests. If it's just running around in circles, even kids can do that. Isn't the battlefield a place where it's kill or be killed? About time we got a few with some pep in them. Sugen. We're testing you to see if you have the guts and stamina needed to kill others on the battlefield. Are you shitting me? There's other ways of finding out who's strong or not. This guy's got lip, but I guarantee he's about to get, like, destroyed. Not by running, but with swords. Bring us some swords and we'll prove it to you. Fine by me. Get these guys some swords then. Real blades. 10 of them. I'll use this wooden one. Sugen Balta Flex. All 10 of you can come at me. Anyone who can injure me instantly passes, no question asked. Sugen, that cocky little... Bro, it's hot in this house. Oh, he's bullying them. He's bullying them. I love the action choreography, top 1 in Kingdom. We move. Third. I yield, okay? Aren't you glad that this isn't a battlefield? Wow. That's one of the Haitian unit's officers for you. I'm pretty sure that was overkill. Seriously glad that we got in ages ago. Bihe is actually Usopp, man. Wait, he's still... I've heard of you, Sugen. Even within the Haitian unit, you're meant to be one of the top swordsmen. What of it? Just answer me one thing. Is Shin, the captain, even stronger than you? If there were 100 of me, and all of them attacked him at the same time, we still wouldn't beat him. That's how strong our boss is. Shin ain't getting one shot by... Oh, I ain't gonna say. I was about to spoil the chapter, but... My go. 100 of someone as strong as him? Well, how about it? Doesn't hearing that just make you want to join the Haitian unit even more? Of course we want to join. If that's the case, then don't just sit there flapping your gums. Get your asses back into the queue and challenge the test again. If you seriously want to join us on the battlefield, then you have to pass today's test even if it kills you. You hear me? Yes, sir. Yeah, we can do this. Looks like those guys are all rearing to go. You know, aren't these tests way too harsh though? Even back in the Duke Hill army, we didn't hold anything like this. If we're serious about evolving the Haitian unit, then first we have to start with the physical aspect of our soldiers, since that's basically the foundation. If it's close quarter combat, then I can honestly say that the Haitian unit could be ranked quite highly. But when faced with Keisha's elite cavalry back at KOKUYO, we still find ourselves torn apart. Whether it's our cavalry or infantry, it's clear that our men are lacking on an individual basis. So before we even start worrying about tactics or strategy, we need to solve this first. Otherwise, we won't stand a chance against the powerful enemies to come. You're saying that's foul, Fiji? Ayo. I'm sorry, lads. Hopefully, if you haven't read the spoilers, you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kaido. The way Kaido one-shot Luffy, that shit would never happen to Shin. Kaido one-shot Luffy, what happened? Shin took a hit from Renpa and he was still standing. Renpa! Come on, dog! The difference in strength between Shin and Renpa is the same as Luffy and Kaido. And Shin was taking that like a goat. You know what I'm saying? My nigga taking them one-shots. Check it out! You know what I'm saying? That's Kaido's catchphrase. Anyways. Tell me what this guy's name is again, because I like him quite a bit. He can be a little annoying sometimes with like the whole situation with Ensan, but then after, I just like him. He's a real guy. Like, he just speaks what he thinks. He's real. You know what I'm saying? But with these tests, the only thing we're going to be left with are dumb stamina freaks. Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm planning on scouting for people with special abilities amongst those that don't manage to qualify. What do you mean special abilities? Anything which can be of use in battle, even if they're lacking physically. Having people with special skills unique to them are variable too. For example, someone who can see twice as far as a normal person. Hey, bro! It's too late, Blackleg. I don't know why I did that, but I've done it now. It's happened. I wish I could just go back 10 minutes into the past and just wipe what just happened. Hey, I am expecting the stream to be disliked. It should be disliked for that. His name is Garo. Yeah, he definitely better than One Punch Man Garo. I need to peep One Punch Man, bro. I've heard so many great things about Garo. Okay. So 10 is looking for people that are specialized in certain things. People with special abilities. So, like, rather than getting someone who's overall just a good soldier, get like someone who, even though they might be lacking in every department, a bowman, a top tier archer, or like a top tier, just someone with incredible martial might. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I fucks with it. And I feel like the two Archer brothers we saw are going to be one of them people with that special quality. Fiji, what the fuck, bro? You getting cancelled? Hey, chill. Forgive me, brother. One Punch Man Garo is a legend. Oh, I bet he is a Tsuro. I bet he is. I haven't peeped. I just need to peep. Don't worry. Nah, Abdul, I was trolling. Nothing happened, bro. Don't worry. Nothing happened. I promise you, I was trolling. The spoilers are some mid. Nothing happens. Trust me. Luffy basically bumps into Kaido. He gets one-shotted again. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, that's not gonna happen. The battle has just begun. Luffy ain't gonna get knocked out this early into the battle, bro. Hey, bro, can we just stop talking about that? I don't know why I brought it up. Anyways, aren't you the Archer brothers? So you guys still got disqualified. Sir Captain, Nichan, we got to meet the Hisshin unit's captain again. I can't believe our luck. I know, we still failed the test though. That's a real shame. I had a good feeling about you guys too. That's unfortunate. He's gonna give him a shot. I knew it. I spoke too soon. If I just read the next panel, I would have seen this happen. Yes, sir. We were confident in our archery, but got disqualified before we could even show it. Okay, exactly. Special qualities. We regret naively thinking that we would be able to make it by the virtue of our archery skills alone. Archery, huh? Come to think of it, didn't you say you wanted archers 10? I told you already that's not going to work. We need to gather up the ones with good fundamentals. I'm talking about that special skills training. That's Karyo 10, the strategist. Moron, that's Tensan to you. She's really cute. Well, if we're gonna enlist them on those grounds, then they'll need to at least do something like be able to accurately hit a target twice as far as everyone else to make up for the aspects in which they're lacking. Oh, you mean those targets over there? Yeah, twice as far as those guys doing it right now. Are you two up for that task? Easily done. What are you doing? Hey, not from there. Stop. There's people in. Bro, y'all seen this? Hey, yo, hold on. Hey, oh lord. Top 10 archers in China? Is this Hakure's future opponent? Let's go. Hey. Go. I like this kid. Why did you shoot it from... Wait, no. Wasn't that like 10 times the distance? Wait a second then. You weren't aiming for it, weren't you? You aimed your arrow to fly between those people running there, and yet you still hit the target. Well, yeah, I mean, if I didn't, someone would get hurt real bad, right? You gotta be kidding me. Sorry, but could you do that one more time? And again. And again. And again. Let me have a try too. Jeez, Tan, say something before you shoot. What the hell is wrong with these two brothers? Are veteran archers meant to be able to... There's no way they're capable of this. Just the distance alone is already outrageous. Where exactly did you two learn those skills from? The mountains. We're hunters. It's how we make a living. That's not what I mean. Who was the one that taught you archery? That'd be Pops then. Your old man? Then where can we find your dad right now? He's dead. He died in a war. He joined some army led by some crazy general called Duke Hyo, got given a reckless charge, and died right away. Look at Garo 10 and Shin. Hey man, rip dude though. Yeah, same. I thought it was a girl too, but they're calling her a boy. Him a boy. Under Duke Hyo? Garo, yeah. Hey, I used to be part of the Duke Hyo army too. What was your old man's name too? Sorgen. Can't say I remember any grunts by that name. Yeah? Well, not surprising. There were like 10,000 men in Duke Hyo's army anyways. Sorgen. Wait. By Sorgen, do you mean the Sorgen who created that special cavalry archer division? What? So you did know him, Garo? Yeah, I do. I'm more surprised that you guys don't know about him. While it's true that he died pretty early on, so he didn't end up making a name for himself, but still, he was a master archer, counted as one of the 10 bows, and the only one out of them who hailed from Chin. And now we've run into the two guys who inherited his techniques, and they want to join the Hisshin unit? Is it just me, or does it look like we might make it in after all? You really think so, Nichan? It's funny how the big dude is the younger brother. Why did it always do that in manga, bro? Bro, good lord. Chapter 493 time, folks. Fiji, these guys are looking up to Shin as if my man's name is Orki. He's made it there, man. At least to a foot soldier, that's how grand it is to them, man. Anyways, From what I've heard, the whole 10 bows thing was started during the reign of King Bure of Zhao. He sent out a call throughout the land, gathering all those who were confident in their archery, and the top 10 who emerged from the competition to be called the 10 bows. Qin Rei, the man who was crowned champion, was said to be able to hit a target 8 out of 10 times from 500 places away. 500. Should be around here, huh? That's right, around this distance. If he just does this right now, barely visible, the proof of being one of the 10 bows of China. While living in the mountains, the two of us have always competed with each other to see who could hit a target first. Oh, and our father was able to hit the target 8 out of 10 times at this distance as well. That's amazing. Doesn't that mean he was equal to the best of the 10 bows? It seems there's someone in Wei who is capable of landing 9 out of 10 shots though. The man known as Bashuri. Bashuri? Who's that? He's the strongest archer in all of Wei, also known by the name of Godbow. It's said that the number of commanders that have fallen to his arrows exceeds 100 commanders. While he's retired from the front lines now, he's still considered to be one of the top 3 of the 10 bows. Then what about the other 2? Senshubi of Yan and Seikon of Zhao. At any rate, our father wanted to challenge Bashuri of Wei, so he left the 2 of us in the mountains and headed out to the battlefield. You have your bows, don't you? Sounds like he was a pretty shitty dad. And so he went to the battlefield and was unluckily drafted into Duke Hill's army and then kicked the bucket straight away. That's what I was told. Wait, you speak as if Sogen-sama died without accomplishing anything at all. If it's about Sogen-sama, old man Gakurai knows more than me. Certainly, Sogen wasn't with us for too long, but in the short period he was with us, his arrows saved many of our allies and slew many of the enemy officers, guiding us to victory. His crowning moment was his duel against Duke Haku of Wei, a man who was considered to be one of the 10 bows. With fierce fighting on all sides, the two launched arrow after arrow at each other, and with Sugen's 6th arrow, he pierced the right eye of Duke Haku. Through that one shot, Sogen was unequivocally recognized as one of the 10 bows by both friends and foes alike. Following that, Sogen was personally picked up by Hyo to form a special detachment, a roaming force comprised solely of mountain archers. Their power was overwhelming. At that time, just hearing the name of the Azure Bows was enough to make enemies tremble in fear. But on one sortie to rescue some allies who had been cornered, the Azure Bows were ambushed by a large number of enemies and were hideously defeated. And it was there that Sogen-sama fell as well. You have my apologies, for I was one of the men saved by Sogen-sama's actions on that day. Therefore, you could say I was greatly involved in your father's death. Oh no, please raise your head. Just hearing that our father was of use makes me happy. Pops was a clumsy guy, so we figured he'd die after getting trampled by a horse or something like that, while saying, oh no. Seriously, there's nothing bad for you to feel about. If anything, hearing your story made me happy. So that's what makes you want to go to the battlefield more than ever, right, Tan? You got it, Nichan. So Tan and Jin, okay. Why'd you guys want to join the Hishin unit anyway? Whenever we would visit the town, we'd often catch wind of some gossip. Of us? All sort of things. Shin is the kind of nigga who tastes a little bit of fame and is like, he's so obsessed with what everyone thinks. About how, regardless of anything, the Hishin unit and its captains were straight like an arrow in flight. There's no doubt about that. Come on, bro. I'm getting bio flashbacks, bro, when he killed Fuki. Come on, dog. Oh, and they always talk about how cute Kyokai and Karyo-ten were as well, right, Nichan? You don't need to bring that up right now. Also, I told you it's Ten-san and Kyokai-san. So, I know that we got kicked out of the endurance test really on, but I swear on our bows that we will fight for you to the utmost of our abilities. So please, let us join the Hishin unit. Well, Karyo-ten, you'll need to work on building up stamina before heading out to the battlefield, alright? Yep. Huh? We did it! We got in, Tan! They're not gonna say it was a lie later. I feel happy to them, bro. Happy for them. This is like the birth of a new prodigy within the Hishin unit. The Hishin unit needed this, man. We had a few big dogs already, but the more the merrier, man. That was easy. You found 2 right off the bat for your special skills thing. It's not easy at all. You can see it. Can't you, Shin? That target. Yeah, looks like we found some really insane new guys this time. Alright, let's get it, man. Thank you so much. Did someone make the cut already? You're kidding, right? Aren't those the dropouts? Don't get distracted. Running out of breath looks like you've hit your limit, huh? Ah, shut up. It's because you broke my nose earlier, that's why. Kanto, why did you choose to join the Hisshin unit? It's not like you're gonna make it, so I might as well ask now. Screw you. Can you just piss off? Why us, Kanto? A captain that crawled his way from his position as a servant. How most of the guys who serve under him come from peasant backgrounds. When you hear all the stories of what they've done, who wouldn't look up to admire something like that? Just watch. I'm definitely making it in. Bro, this is so fucking fire, man. Do your best then. We're gonna make it too. We're gonna make it in too, even if it kills us, Kanto. Karyoten would have been happy to have even 200 men left by the end of her grueling gauntlet, but in reality, a shocking 350 men had managed to pass all her tests. What do we do, Ten? We're only meant to pick up 300 here, you know. Then I guess we'll just have all 350 qualify. We can balance it out with the others. You heard her, fellas. Somewhere else, a different testing ground, undertaking the exact same trials but overseen by Kyokai, had ended the day with 400 men passed. They've all got their eyes on Kyokai, so they're having that, you know, that horny morale boost. On the final testing ground, Sosui had exactly filled the quota of 400 men he was given. Altogether, it added up to 1,150, meaning they had 150 too many. Why are there still so many? They all kind of tried really, really hard. Lacking any other options, they were forced to hold out another test to cut down the numbers required to 1,000. Sorry about this. Shit. Poor guys. And so, at long last, out of all men who applied, 1,000 of formidable physical ability were the chosen few that remained. And it was those men who would now officially be inducted into the Hisshin unit to become a part of their new strength. The fact that you're standing here now means that you have endured those grueling tests, which is no small task. Every single one of you is incredible. You can take it from me. Captain Shin praised us. Bro, man! But the real hell starts here. From today until we set out for battle, we're going to be training and drilling you so hard you'll be throwing up blood. Honestly, it's going to be so bad that the entrance trials are going to look like children's games in comparison. But the fact that you've come this far means I'm sure you'll pull through, and before you know it, you'll all have become splendid soldiers. Because we are the Hisshin unit. The same unit that has always kept running non-stop with glory on our sights, and every single one of you here is now one of us. So if you understand what I'm saying, let's get into it with a bang. Chapter 494, folks. That was a beautiful chat. This is the episode of back in my day, exactly. Back in BA's day, it was easier. Somewhere inside Kanyo. Chancellor, what brings you here? Unofficial business. Keep this between us. Have the guards come outside. Have the guards inside come out as well. I shall be discussing a few matters with him. Just fill it up now so the ice cube can keep it cold. You have to hit the bullseye for it to count. Regardless, it's very fucking, like, impressive anyway. Because they're, like, at the start of their journey right now. I don't expect them to be 10 bows level. But I'm excited for them. I shall be discussing a few matters with him. Surrounded by darkness and knowledge, the true identity of this man is... Oh, shit, I thought this was Sei, but it's not. Who's this? I wonder who this is. It must be important. Surrounded by darkness and knowledge. Clang clang, Saitaku-sama. A funeral on the scale of a national funeral. Well, if you take into account all of his accomplishments, I suppose it's natural. All 6 states have even sent messages expressing their condolences. Not only that, the preparations for the alliance with Yan, who had lent Saitaku-sama for many years, seem to have been wrapped up as well. to have affected such a parting gift, even at the end. Though he may have once opposed us as one of the 4 pillars, he has proven himself to be a commendable patriot. No, the greater gift would still be the meeting he facilitated with the king of Chi, I would say. Saitaku-sama knew his death was approaching, so before his time ran out, he did everything he could to make the meeting between the 2 kings possible. And then, we will use law to govern the people. What a goated chapter, man. Hold up, I need to put a banger on. House Targaryen, let's go. Yeah. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? What is it, Sharbun-kun? Mr. Shi, you may be a distasteful fellow, but as a bureaucrat, you have more experience and talent than me. Was that distasteful necessary? So I would like your honest opinion, Mr. Shi. As far as legalism is concerned, would you consider that to be the foremost expert in all of Qin? Would you be considered to be the foremost expert? You would be correct is what I would like to say, but that's not true. So it really is that man, huh? Indeed. He is not called the keeper of legalism for nothing. Rishi. Oh, it was Rishi. Shit, it was Rishi. It is he who is considered to be a monstrosity when it comes to law and all that it entails. Would you want? A filthy prison like this is hardly a place that befits a chancellor. Saitaku-sama has passed away, so I've heard. If that's all you came for, then you can leave now. I have more to do than you would think. Rishi, what are you doing? With my position as one of the pillars, now a thing of the past, I have returned to being a simple legalist. And what is there for a legalist to do but to read and study works of law, and then to think up drafts of new laws? And you believe there will come a day where you'll be able to pass these laws? It doesn't have to be me. Even if you and I die, the law will continue to live on and continue to evolve. For that is what law is. You can't hear music? Good. Because it's kind of quiet, innit? I don't really want to get copyrighted. Regardless, it's like super quiet, so I wouldn't mind if you guys can hear it. Because over here, it's saying that you can. The desktop audio is kind of low, but it's saying you can hear it. Maybe you can hear it better now. In his last moments, Saitaku-sama presented to me one last problem to be solved. I believe Saitaku foresaw that the discussion would move in that direction from the beginning, which is why instead of choosing Shohei-kun, he had me stay as the audience to the discussion. What are you talking about? I'm talking about law. About how after Qin defeats all 6 states, we will create a new system of government that will be overseen entirely by law. A government based on law that will rule over the whole land? Saitaku said that, did he? No, His Majesty did. What? And while I'm aware that the things His Majesty spoke of are an incredible answer, but still for something like laws to be able to govern these lands, no matter how hard I rack my brain, I cannot envision such a thing being possible. I'm not surprised. A government based on law that will rule over this entire land. What you speak of is something that touches upon the true essence of legalism. It is not something that the likes of you would be able to see or comprehend. Then does that mean that you can see it? A world where law governs all? Indeed, I can. Albeit only vaguely. Then tell me now what you can see. Even if it's only a vague impression, tell me what sort of law it would be. I have no obligation to indulge you. Certainly you don't, but still, I ask you, did you not say just then that you are now a simple legalist? Assuming you are able to truly unify these lands under one banner, then create a set of laws under the simple assumption that the only thing that has changed is the number of people you rule, then it shall end in disaster. Do you know why? Because the new citizens of our nation were only recently enemies that we had fought with. Wrong. It's because the cultures are different. The cultures. Each of the 6 states possess different written characters, scales and measurements, different currencies, as well as values and schools of thought. Schools of thought. The Confucianists of the Central Plains are especially troublesome, for in those provinces, Confucianism is more prevalent than legalism. So Wei Zhao and Han is who they're talking about when they say the Central Plains. If you truly intend to create a government that is based on law, then what shall erupt will be a separate war in itself. Legalism versus Confucianism, legalists versus Confucianists. Well, even if you do take care of that, there will be other problems. I'm not going to act like I know what a Confucianist is, so I'm going to Google that. Give me a second. Define Confucianism. Philosophical and ethical teachers founded by Confucius. Okay, so the worldly concern of Confucianism rests upon the belief that human beings are fundamentally good and teachable, improvable, and perfectible through personal and communal endeavor, especially self-cultivation and self-creation. Confucian thought focuses on the cultivation of virtue in a morally organized world. They are okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, okay, that makes sense. Confucian was a Chinese philosopher. So it's basically like so it's basically like they rule in a way where all people are good and they're very merciful and good, and that kind of treatment to each other without law, without that it's soft, basically. Confucianism. Or at least that's the impression I got. I'm gonna have to read into this a bit more to fully understand it, because I just read a Google definition. But hold up, I need a coaster, man. Confucianism is only one out of many hurdles you must take. At any rate, for the entire land to be governed under a single set of laws will require the people of the 6 states, with all their cultural differences, to be unified into a single identity. And now allow me to pose you a question. So kind of like Aristotle's virtue theory, something like that, yeah. Just what are laws anyway? Answer me, Shobun-kun. Yo, Abdel, don't spoil the chat, but yeah, the spoil's kind of wild, man. Tomorrow is gonna be lit. Tomorrow is gonna be so lit. Or tonight, I guess, for Americans, because the chapter is dropping tonight for you guys. Ridiculous. Punishment is nothing more than method and not the true essence of law. Then just what is law then? Rishi. The law is a wish, a way to guide both a nation and its people towards the ideal state that one envisions. After unification, just what do you hope to happen to all the people living in these lands? How do you wish them to live their lives? What direction do you wish them to take? Ponder the answer to those questions as well. If you can do that, then you naturally will begin to see that the laws that you desire. So this is Rishi, the keeper of legalism. Of course, that is only the first step out of all the problems you'll face, but it all begins with that. So that really was his intention. The reason why Saitaku made me stay behind during that meeting was so that I could come to this realization of my own accord. Do not do this half-heartedly. Foolish laws will only lead to misfortune for your citizens. Where's Animac and his PhD in philosophy when you need him? Bruh, I just spilled juice all over me. Not juice. This ain't juice. This is soda. Soda? We just call soda fizzy drinks over here. Anyways, Rishi, for the sake of the world to come after unification, we need the abilities of this man. I beg you, lend us your strength. Chapter 495 time, folks. Let's go. Let's get it. Bro, I'm taking it so slowly. I doubt I'm going to be able to get to... What time is it, bro? It's already 12:30. I'm going to be live for like another hour and a half at this point. Don't talk about the spoilers in the chat, Parul. Don't even say if it's good or bad or anything. Just like, don't talk about it in the chat, though. 4 members of the 4 pillars of Rio Rishi at your majesty's service. The keeper of legalism returns to the stage. Whew. What is the meaning of this? Chancellor of the left, Shobun-kun, quiet down. This may have started off as me acting independently, but now I've received His Majesty's permission. But Rishi was Ryofui's greatest supporter. Only the heavens know how much work he did behind the scenes. Just how many good men and resources have we lost due to his activities? Even if we forgave the other 3 pillars, to ask us to do the same for him is out of the question. I am of the same opinion. Then return to your cell already. I must refuse. When I heard of your plans for unification, specifically concerning the system of law you will require after, I believe that such an undertaking is far beyond the abilities of any of you here. Even in the whole world, I would say the only 2 men capable of something of this magnitude would be Kanpishi or myself. Kanpishi is Hanfei. I don't know who that is. Kanpishi. I am well aware of how you all must feel, but the laws that will come after unification will embody the very reason we set out to unify the lands. They are the one method to prove ourselves to the people. When compared to such an important issue, what do a few slights of the past matter? All of us may have once fought each other as political rivals, but know that the time is already long past. If we as Qin do not truly stand united as one to face the world, then the unification of all 7 states will forever remain a dream. Yes, sir. A wise decision. Rishi Dono's skills as a minister are by no means inadequate either. I am certain we will have need of his skills in the years to come. Shohei-kun. Shobun-kun, you have done well. For us to raise the issue of recruiting Rishi would have aroused suspicion given our shared backgrounds in Ryofu's factions, so our hands were tied. It was all Saitaku-sama's guidance. I know. Enough about myself. More importantly, going by the Chief of Military's expression, it would seem he is struggling with quite a difficult problem for once. Doesn't he always look like that? Your Majesty, I would request that the others vacate the hall. There is something I wish to discuss with you in private. This is certainly rare. No, rather this is the first time you've asked for this. What is it that troubles you, Shohei-kun? What is this issue that cannot be shared with the others? Next year we shall launch a large-scale offensive against Zhao. I'm aware of that, yes. Using KOKUYO as a staging point, we will begin our campaign on Zhao's western regions. As you say, sire. However, with Riboku at the helm of Western Zhao's defenses, I cannot even see the slightest hint of a way to conquer these lands. What do you mean, Shohei-kun? Was KOKUYO not supposed to be the key that would allow this campaign to be possible? Of course, KOKUYO will play a key role, but right now Riboku has suddenly ordered the construction of several forts and castles over a wide stretch of Western Zhao. Castles. Empty areas that originally posed no threat have now become rife with new enemy outposts. Even now, Western Zhao's defense lines are growing more and more complex by the day. And while the construction work has begun with the areas closest to us, they have also already started laying the groundwork for the inner zones. That is to say, Riboku is planning to not only engage us defensively at the outer perimeter, but is also setting up several more defense lines to fall back to later. And though we predict that these hastily erected lines could not be considered very strong on an individual basis, it does not change the fact that our Qin army will have to continuously force their way through them one after another. The campaign for Western Zhao is sure to drag out into a long-term war. Long-term? How many years? 10! 10 whole years? But that is... Yes, sir. It would hardly be conducive to fulfilling our deadline of conquering all 6 states within 15. I would guess that Riboku has realized that Qin's stamina and resources will not last long enough for us to unify the states unless we can swiftly conquer Zhao. Hence, he has decided to drag out the battle for Western Zhao as long as possible. Sir, considering our opponent is Riboku, even if we were able to take West Zhao in the optimistic estimate of 10 years, the royal capital Kantan itself would take a few more. Regretfully, I have concluded that if we were to adopt an orthodox approach, even conquering Zhao within 15 years would be an uncertainty, much less total unification. You said orthodox, did you not? Then do you mean that there is an unorthodox method that we could take? Shohei-kun, yes sir, although to do this would come at a great cost of life. There's only one other play available to us, bizarre as it may be. A bizarre plan that comes at a great cost? And what exactly does it entail? I shall provide a brief explanation, so please listen carefully. First, Zhao's royal capital of Kantan is protected by the west by the Taiko mountain range, a natural shield you could say, while to the south lies Gyo, Zhao's second largest city, which guards the shores of the Yellow River. You could truly say that Kantan is surrounded by a wall of iron. Of course, I'm aware of that. Currently, Riboku is focusing his efforts into fortifying the western reaches beyond the mountain. He sees the mountain as his final line of defense and wishes to prevent enemies from drawing nearer. However, the fact that he is concentrating his efforts on one area can also be interpreted to mean his attention is preoccupied by only that one thing. So we will then use the western campaign as a feint and move up through the south. Then immediately attack and capture the city of Gyo, located at Kantan's throat. Okay. Gyo, did you just say we will strike Gyo? Gyo and Kantan lie but a short distance away from each other. I'm fully aware that That to ignore all previous strategy and to strike only Gyo at Gyo sounds like the foolish ramblings of a child, but the fact is, anything other than an unconventional approach like this will never give us the chance to outsmart Riboku. But something like that is, Your Majesty, if we are able to capture Gyo, then within 3 years, we will be able to take Kantan and destroy Zhao. 3 years. Of course, Sire is not wrong either. To suddenly leap deep into Zhao's bosom and target Gyo of all things is an act far removed from common sense. To consider it a strategy would be laughable in itself, even assuming we were able to successfully make our way to Gyo. We are guaranteed to come under attack by the numerous formidable royal capital defense units that crowd the region. To say that sieging and capturing Gyo in such an environment would be difficult is an understatement. I fear that to adopt such an attack would result in an uncomparable level of casualties. And if this were to end in defeat, then we should be prepared for the possibility of our forces being completely wiped to the last man. This is all or fucking nothing, bro. This is literally all or nothing. Talk about stakes. Oh my god, Hara, bro! This guy is the greatest. When it comes to setting... Hara is the best at setting the stakes high. The best. No one is as good as Hara when it comes to that certain aspect of writing. He is the greatest at setting high stakes. Alright, y'all. Chapter 496. Tenth year of reign. Having emerged triumphant in the Battle of KOKUYO, the state of Qin turned its attention inwards towards domestic affairs. As I said, meat. I don't know what this means. Is it a pun? As I said, meat. I don't... Juan, bro. I don't know what you're trying to symbolize with that emoji, bro. Some say that this was the year that Qin would take its first step forward following the shock events of Roai's rebellion. With Ryofu's involvement in the Roai rebellion exposed, he was stripped of his rank, while the Queen Mother, who had been confined in the city of Yu, returned to Kanyo's Kansen Palace. Kill the bitch. Inside the royal court, a number of nobles too incompetent to achieve the positions of prestige banded together. Jealous and coveting the positions of high-ranking officials of foreign roots, they devised an edict to expel all foreigners and immigrants from now on. Stakes! I am such an idiot. I am such an idiot, bro. I'm such an idiot. Yo, yeah, you're spitting. Yeah. The stakes, bro. Add 50 more of them emojis, bro. Lord, I'm an idiot. Lord, I'm an idiot. Stakes be crazy, bro. Hella stakes. Hella stakes, fam. But with a single roar from Rishi, both them and their edict vanished from the stage. Then the season turned to winter and days of peace continued. And then the curtains would finally rise on the turbulent 11th year of Sei's reign. Concentrated in this one small building, all of Qin's wildest ambitions come together. Shohei-kun, Shobun-kun. My little nigga, what's his name? How can I forget his name? What's his name? More Ten's man. I forgot his name, man. There's more Ten, more Bu, Morton, right? Damn it, we're getting nowhere. Morky. It doesn't matter how many times we try, we keep getting destroyed by Kantan's defense units before we can get past Gyo's walls. Are you alright, Shobun-kun? I'm fine. We brought back Morku, who has seen prodigious growth in the last few years, and to prevent any information from leaking, only the four of us have been tackling the problem of how to take down Gyo. But we can't even find the slightest spark of a successful method. But back during the Coalition War, we were just barely able to come up with a workable plan. Compared to back then, we've had plenty of time to dedicate to this task, but even with a year of brainstorming, our efforts have borne no fruit. Perhaps attacking Gyo really is too reckless of a plan after all. Shohei-kun, I understand that the four of you are tackling a highly difficult problem, but so long as you don't have a working plan of attack to show me, I cannot and will not give the order for an invasion of Gyo. Say, man, he has to. He cares about his people at the end of the day. Moki, if you had to pick one, what would be the biggest issue we need to deal with? Supply and logistics. To set up a supply chain that stretches as far from the front lines as Gyo would take us a substantial amount of time. Due to that, the Zhao army is sure to realize fairly early on that we're aiming for Gyo and send out their defense armies only shortly after. Then let's start with the assumption that there won't be a supply chain. But that's far too dangerous, sir. We need to examine just how dangerous this may be. Sensei, we're searching for a path that no one can see. There is sure to be an entrance somewhere that will lead us to the answer we seek. Still no news from Shohei-kun? Back during the end of the year, he sent a message telling us to pick up the pace on the training of our new troops. So I figured he was going to send the Hishin unit to the front lines as soon as the new year came. But there's been no word since then at all. No, not like that. Jin is training them how to shoot arrows. See? If we don't move east from KOKUYO soon, Zhao's defenses are only going to get even stronger. None of our other big armies seem to be making any big movements either. What exactly is Sensei up to? They don't know, bro, what's about to hit them. Oi, Tan! Switch out with your bro and teach him. Shin as a leader is just funny, bro. 20 li east of KOKUYO, Chin. Past the Zhao-Chin frontline border. This is pretty bad. Damn it, so it was true? There weren't any signs of a city there last year. It's not that big, but it's still not going to fall to anything less than an army. I'd heard about Riboku's fortification plans, but I never imagined it would be to this degree. Even if it's premature, we'd really need to start moving out from KOKUYO so we can interfere with Zhao's plans. Otherwise, the whole of Western Zhao is going to end up in a stalemate, Sensei. They noticed us. But there's not that many of them. No problem. We can take them on easily. That would lead to needless casualties on our part. We came too far out on our own. Let us head back to KOKUYO. The Gakukai unit is to remain in position at KOKUYO, but Moten-sama is to hurry back to Kanyo immediately. Oh. Shohei-kun said, hey, need you back in the ends, dog. Wei Chin front lines, Hor Plains. My boy Ohon? Let's go, my go. Ohon-sama. Orders from the chief for you to return to Kanyo as soon as possible. To Kanyo? Chin, Enben, Hishin unit training grounds. Oh shit, they've learned how to move together as one now. It's not just the Hishin that's growing, bro. The Gakuka and the Gyokuho, come on, bro. These are all future 6th grade generals. Actually, I don't know about all 3 of them. Because one of them spaces is for Kyokai, no doubt. And then you got Kanki Osen. Then you got Tor, Morbu. It's too hard. It's too hard. The 6th grade generals is just too hard if you're going to have the entire supernova trio of Kingdom become 6th grade generals. Yes, I saw the strategy table. And it was worryingly big. But I didn't pay much attention to it. Is that foreshadowing for something? Captain, he wants you and Karyo 10 to head over to Kanyo tomorrow. Yo! Hey! Let's go! Supernova Trio greatness? Oh, Morten, you guys got the call too? So it would seem. Ohon's like, why is this little peasant here? That's the only aspect of Ohon I still don't like. But like with the flashback trio, man, with the flashback for Ohon and the explanation and his dynamic with Osen fleshed out, I think I'm gonna like him a lot, man. I'm assuming Kyokai will. She definitely will. She definitely will. She definitely will. Because think of it like this, bro. Shin equals Oki and I forgot her name. Kyo. Kyo equals Kyokai. Is her name Kyo? Yeah, her name is Kyo, right? Yeah, Kyo. Kyo Kai. It's so obvious. Even the names are similar. You see them tired and sleeping after the solution. Nice, nice, nice. I see you've all arrived. There are matters we need to discuss. I have a bad feeling about this. Chapter 497, lads. Chapter 497, lads. I don't see her ever leaving Shin's crew. Well, Junkins, just because it's a parallel doesn't mean it has to be exactly the same. Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree, Sam. I don't know. You're right, because I don't see her leaving, but I could see Kyoka dying, though, yeah. Down the line, sure. After they have some kids or something. Like, close to the end of the series, yeah. Anyways. What? We're attacking Gyo? I love how the only one that's still composed is Ohon, bro. This guy is actually a goat, man. He's actually a goat, man. Like, for real. Gyo? Wait, there's that? Wait, what chapter am I stopping at? 509? I feel like this is too much, dog. I might have to stop at 500 or something. Yo, Malik, when does Western Zao Invasion start? Because this arc is feeling kind of long. And it's like 1 a.m. And even though I ain't got work tomorrow, I've got like a meeting at 10 a.m. that I need to make. So it's like 1 a.m. right now. The city of Gyo would be this right here. Isn't that Kantan right above it? Yep, Kantan is the capital. Attack Gyo, huh? What do you mean by this, Moki? Something like attacking Gyo right off the bat is simply outrageous. Moki said, "Ush, ush, ush. You don't know what you're talking about right now. Ush." What do you think, brother? Yeah, it's completely insane, but also pretty interesting. What? What do you mean by that? I mean, honestly, most of our opinions for a Zao invasion of Western Zao have already been blocked by this point. What are you saying, Morten? Didn't we just spend all that effort to take KOKUYO last year? That's right. Hasn't KOKUYO been built out to be the key linchpin for the Western Zao campaign? The arc has already started? Okay. Okay. Okay, look. Stop at 499 or 500. I will go to 509 if the next chapters aren't that much dialogue. I don't mind. Okay, tell me now. 500 to 509. Is it a lot of dialogue? Can I finish it in the next hour? Because if it's a lot of dialogue, like the last few chapters I've read, then never mind. I'll stop at 500. If not, I'll go to 509. All depends on if it's heavy on dialogue. Because if it's heavy on dialogue, then it's going to take long to get through. Let's go for 2 more hours. It's Suro really pushing it. What are you saying, Morten? Didn't we just spend all that effort to take KOKUYO last year? That's right. Hasn't KOKUYO been built up to become the key linchpin for the Western Zao campaign? I bet. I'm gonna stop at 500. I'm gonna stop at 500. I'm gonna stop at 500. Bet. Utsuro's playing devil's advocate right now. He probably knows it's best to stop at 500 too. Leaving aside whether or not taking down Gyo is actually possible, to use the entire Western campaign as a feint to pounce upon Gyo and immediately go for Kantan's throat is something even Riboku would be hard pressed to predict. Let me change that title real quick. Leaving aside the question of whether or not it's possible is the most important question of all. Glass half empty as usual, Ohon. Of course. Not only is Gyo the second largest city after Kantan, It's also close to the military cities around the capital. No matter how you look at it, attacking Gyo is nothing more than a suicide mission. He's right. I assure you we have no intentions of simply sending you off to your deaths. Regarding that, you must trust us and our judgment after all the planning and simulations we have done. Really now? Oh, it's talking smack, dog. In that case, assuming we're able to draw Zhao's attention westward and then successfully reach Gyo, we will then inevitably have our supply lines cut off along with our path of retreat, and while being faced with enemies on all sides from Gyo and the various armies from Kantan, Atsuyo, and Ryoyo. You're telling me you have a plan to deal with that as the worst possible scenario? Do you? That's Morky's sweating, dog. I prefer if you didn't bully my little brother too much. Oh, to me, it feels like the whole reason you had more 10 than I recalled back here was because you lack confidence in your plan. Shin's like, I'm here too. Yeah, 500 is perfect. Bet. The reason why the three of you were summoned here was not because of a lack of faith in this strategy, but because your three units will play an important role in what is to come. As I'm sure you know, Gyo is located within the Zhao capital of Kantan's defense zone. As to the question of how Zhao's defenses will react to an invasion of Gyo, we've naturally conducted numerous simulations and devised a number of counters. But our enemy is Riboku. It's a given to assume that he possesses some hidden assets apart from the forces we observe now. In other words, something outside our expectations is certain to occur on the field. Hence, what will prove to be crucial is the ability to make appropriate judgment calls on the spot. Appropriate judgment? To that end, the three of you and your respective units have been given the status of being independent mobile strike forces since your early days, all in the effort of nurturing your ability. However, if you were to abuse your rights to act freely without being made aware of the overall meaning behind our strategy, you are bound to commit some fatal error instead, which is why you gathered the three of us here to drill the plan into our heads. Exactly, they're special units, that's why. Though you three may only be 5,000 commanders for now, to be blunt, we expect greater things out of you than the other generals. Come on, man. I've been saying, bro. This is Luffy Kid and Law, bro. Fuck Law. Get Law out of here. This is Luffy, Law, and check it out! I mean, Luffy Kid and check it out! Check it out! Nigga has a, what does he have? What is it, a piano arm? No, he has... And what's his arm? That's like a... what's that? It's a trumpet, innit? Hey man, check it out! It's such a goal. Do not think of these as expectations to be fulfilled, but absolute requirements that must be met. Because if you are not able to live up to your tasks, then this attack on Gyo without any shred of doubt end in abject failure. Utsuro's disappointment is immeasurable. I'm sorry, sir. This ain't clickbait. Before you delve into the strategy in depth, I'd like to add something myself. Say. Look at them all kneeling. Shin taking long because he knows this is just my homie. Fuck Law, someone slap Fiji. I've done it for you, don't worry. I've done it for you myself. Law the GOAT, man. He like top 10 favorite characters for me. But from a scaling perspective, I have lost quite a bit of faith in Law. But at the same time to me, it's like I can still see Oda buffing Law in a way that makes absolutely no sense. Like, Oda's just gonna buff so many people in Wano, it's crazy. Like, power scaling is gonna lose all logic in this arc. As a character, Law is one of the greatest things to come out of post-time skip One Piece. But as a fighter, he should have 1v1 Doffy and beat him. Just for it to make sense. Because now I have a feeling Oda's going to try to propel him and put him on Luffy's level when that actually makes no logical sense. Anyways. I went on a tangent there. Back to reading. I was just talking about not having enough time to finish, and I'm talking about One Piece. This attack on Gyo. No need to kneel. I'd like you to listen while we stand on equal terms. This attack on Gyo will be a battle unprecedented in not only its importance, but also with respect to how harsh and brutal the fighting will be. But even so, it is nothing more than one of the many difficult trials that stand in the path, in the way of our path to unification. The three of you and your strength will be required further down the path as well. Do you understand me? The three of you must make your names roar throughout the lands in this battle and elevate yourself to generals. All three of you, dog. I need all three of you to become generals. You hear me? No matter what happens, you must not die here. Your words honor us. Let's go! No need to worry about it, say. The three of us are gonna kick asses. Their asses so hard they won't know what hit them. I leave it in your hands, Shin. Don't touch me. Oh, and you little... Seriously, I'm gonna... It's true that the units led by these three are more important than your average force, but the big question is still, who will be the Supreme Commander? Who will oversee the entirety of the Gyo invasion? Facts. This is important. This is important. Is it gonna be Orsen? If he gives it to Orsen, I am gonna not. For a battle of this difficulty, who have you chosen? The Supreme Commander will be... Of course I'm going to the next chapter. Of course I'm going to the next chapter. 498. Oh, it's time to find out. This is so hype. Nichan, there's so many people. We're finally about to go to war. Also, we're skipping? Time skip? Towards the unification of China, the soldiers' energy and excitement covers the scene. Oh, so seeing the Supreme Commander is going to be so much hype now. We're going to see a spread of them. I think I might piss myself. You had plenty of training. Be confident and stand tall, for we are the Haitian unit. All things considered, this is a pretty large-scale army we've got going here. Yeah, the last time we saw something like this was during the coalition. High command's really going all out. And if that's the case, then the million-dollar question is, exactly who is the Supreme Commander that's gonna be in charge of this huge army? You heard anything about that, N? Nah, I've been curious too, so I'll ask Shin about it. Seems like it's meant to be a secret until today, so he didn't tell me anything. It's the same for us too. I am so excited, bro. I am so excited. Ever since Karyo 10 and Shin got summoned by the chief, they've been a lot more tense. The fact that they're going as far as keeping the commander's name under wraps for fear of leaking info means that they think this upcoming war is going to be a pretty crazy one. We will hereby begin our invasion of Zhao's western lands. It's the chief of military affairs. It's Zhao Hekun, the Supreme Commander! It really is Western Zhao. So the first stop is KOKUYO then? This battle will mark the beginning of our long-awaited all-out war against Zhao, a state that has long been a thorn in our side. With their backs to the wall and nowhere to run, they'll be sure to frantically come at us with everything they've had. But you must not allow yourself to yield even a single step victory. Oh, it isn't him. Moving on, I will now announce who has been entrusted with this campaign. By that, he means the Supreme Commander. Come for... Are you being deadass right now? Are you being deadass right now? Kanki! Oh, this arc is about to be godly. This arc is about to be godly. This arc is about to be godly. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, this arc is gonna be insane. We're gonna get that Kanki flashback. We're gonna get so much greatness. It's Tsuro, if you were at the start of the stream, you would have seen, man. You would have seen. I still don't fuck with how morally reprehensible Kanki is. But bro, his presence, such an amazing... Every time he's on screen, it's gas, bro. Can't be helped. He took down KOKUYO after all. If we're hitting the west, then it's natural for General Kanki to stay in command. Next, we have another General... Awesome! I thought it was fucking Osen. It's Yotaro. Bro! Yotaro was leading this battle. Let's fucking go. This is about to be a goated arc. I don't know how you guys can say otherwise. I don't care if Shin dies and gets resurrected. I don't care. I'll come to make my own conclusion on that when I get to it. I know I've been spoiled on that, but still. Hey, Beitan were top one. Top one female, bro. Well, Kyoka is above her for me personally, but Beitan were dog. When it comes to just being a badass female character in manga, just based off design and just, like, presence, Yotan were top one. From the way she dissed Hawken in Coalition, bro. What? That's the mountain tribes. Does that mean the mountain tribes are here? If they say one more general in charge and they give it to Osen, I'm gonna nut. I'm really happy to be able to fight by your sides again. The captain knows people from the mountain tribes? Taijifu, you've learned our language. Good afternoon. Hang on a few seconds. What the hell is going on? Who the hell are they supposed to be? And what's this two commanders bullshit? Wasn't the boss meant to be the supreme commander? He's right. What is the meaning of this Shin? It's not two. This time, Kanki and Yotano will serve as the commanders of their respective armies, but not as supreme commanders of the entire force. That role falls to another? It's Osen. It's Osen. If it's Mobu, I'm gonna go crazy. If it's Tor, I'm gonna get hyped. But honestly, I doubt it's gonna be Tor. If it's Mobu, I'm gonna go crazy. If it is Osen, I am physically going to nut. I'm going to nut. Well, I need an epic OST for this. Oh yeah, Ramen Jawadi, the Night King. Get to the chopper! That was such a bad impression. Due to the grand scale, we shall be sending off 3 commanders. This third army, the supreme commander. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. This arc is about to be fucking phenomenal, bro. Fucking phenomenal, bro. Oh my god. This arc is about to be fucking insane. You don't understand. You don't understand. Look at Orhon's face right now. General Osen is the supreme commander. Look at Orhon's face right now, bro. Look at his face. You just know the dynamics is going to be fleshed out. We're getting a crazy war. We might get some flashbacks up in this. Let's go. Let's go. Osen deserves this, bro. He deserves this. It's time. It's time for him to shine. Shin, does that mean, yep, our attack on Zal this time? Osen, Kanki, Yotanwa, a joint invasion between 3 entire armies, bro. They are really trying to, they're not even just trying to, they're trying to invade. And I found out, because obviously I've been spoiled, I found out that the latest chapter of Kingdom is the final chapter of this arc. And people call that a top 10 chapter in Kingdom, which just means this arc is gonna be godly, bro. I'm a One Piece fan, so I'm good at overlooking little things I don't like character, not character. What was I saying? I'm good at overlooking things like arse pulls and shit here and there. Obviously, if it's like such a bad arse pull that it completely ruins the story, then I'll hate it. But at this point, it's like, I'll see when I get to it. Shin dying and being resurrected by Kyokai, it sounds very wild, but I can see it. Malik, let me check the DMs. Hold up. Aye man. Hara is actually a goat. Dead ass, bro. Aye Malik, what you sending me, bro? What you sending me, Malik? What is this shit? What is this shit, Malik? Hey, dog. Bro. What is this shit? Malik, dog. Oh my god. You guys need to just appreciate the greatness for a second. Hey man. Hey man, this is hilarious. Anyways. Hey man. I'm gonna come to my own conclusion on that bullshit, I guess. Of course, like there's no other way to come. I don't even know how it goes down. All I know is Kyokai's ability is already a huge arse pool. You know what I'm saying? So, wait, hold up. I need to play some music. Braveheart soundtrack. But yeah, man. I don't think I don't think anything will hurt as much as the homeboy off screen in the goddamn homie off screen in the goddamn reverie. I don't think anything a mangaka has done hurts me on that level, for me personally. But we'll see when I get to this kingdom thing, because it has. Did this man Hara really just do this? Did this man Hara really just do this? A special color title page just before we hit 500 chapters? This is my fucking avi on Twitter right now. Absolutely no doubt about it. Are y'all seeing this? What view do those self-assured eyes see? This man is a goat. God damn. Oof. Anyways, y'all, don't argue over whether or not it's an arsepool in the chat. Like, I understand. I'm gonna have to read it to get to that conclusion. I need to make this my avi real quick. Holy shit, what a beautiful page. Orson is a goat. Orson is such a goat. Good lord. Good lord. Let me make that my avi real quick. Good lord. Sorry, y'all. This has to be done real quick. Sorry, folks. I have to do this. I'm sorry, folks. I'm taking a minute doing this, aren't I? The keyboard crunching is annoying you. Yeah. It's we're gonna stop talking about all that shit. I know I just went off and typed something for the last fucking 5 minutes. Look how far the art has come. Yeah, it's come quite far, man. Regardless, all the Kyokai magic shit, that stream, when I get to that part of this read through, that's probably gonna be in like 4 or 5 streams, because I recall it happening like 6 months ago, 5 months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, around that region. I remember the timeline going crazy. So I could see that being like one of the last streams when I'm catching up. Maybe even the last stream, because that's like, what, 20 chapters ago, maybe? Something like that. So when I get to that stream, I'll have a discussion with you guys about that. If anything, when I catch up to Kingdom, I'm going to be doing a lot more frequent Kingdom streams. Just with the boys, talking about certain things. Going to have the boy Jonkins in here, BDV if he wants to pull up, Malik, Bao, all these niggas. Just talk Kingdom because there's a lot of greatness for us to discuss. Anyways, chapter 499. It's the Orsen army. Instead of cheering, how about letting us have a go of your daughters? Good lord. Oh man, Nichan, we're setting off from here? Calm down, Ten. This is the Haitian unit after all. Guess we've become a pretty big deal too now. Yeah, back in the day, we'd lazily set off from any old plane. 10, long time no see. Heki. 10 is trying to flirt. Heki trying to flirt? Joke. You seem to be doing well. Same to you. So they even recalled you all the way from the south? Aye. That's just how big the scale is this time. I had heard there's going to be around 200,000 in total. Not counting the coalition war, this will be the biggest one yet in the last 10 years. While the sheer numbers are surprising, I was most shocked by the fact that this will be a joint force comprised of the Orsen and Kanki armies as well as the mountain tribes. I heard that it happened occasionally during the Qin 6 eras, but this will be the first since those days. That's not the only thing that has me worried. My lord and the rest of High Command have been given off a strangely tense atmosphere. I'm fairly certain that this Western Zhao campaign will turn out to be a war that exceeds all of our expectations. Agreed. So it's true. They said on that day that only the 3 generals and us had been informed about the Gyo attack to prevent any leaks. Seems like it's really the case. General Orsen is here, the Supreme Commander. What are your thoughts, Ten, about the man who will be leading us? Do you think Orsen is the correct choice? If I'm to be honest, I cannot bring myself to trust that man, because he used you as, he called you excellent bait. That's why he said not he serves as bait, not good bait, not great bait, he didn't say, you know what I'm saying, he didn't say he's a necessary sacrifice. He said that man will serve as excellent bait. Granted, that was the way he treated me during the Battle of Sanyo, but that man's eyes give even his supposed allies a sense of unease. Shohei-kun, I mean, even the chief confessed that he had reservations about Orsen's morals. Then why choose him to be the Supreme Commander? Because inside Orsen lies a strength that more than makes up for that unease. His talent was even acknowledged by Kosho of the 6 generals. Did you say Kosho of the 6 great generals? He was the only truly pure strategist out of the 6. Unlike the other 5 who built their legends on their martial prowess, Kosho was the only one who climbed his way up by virtue of his strategical genius alone. Though the 6 generals of Qin were all granted the right to wage war freely as they saw it, some say that in actuality it was Kosho who devised the grand scheme of things and that the other 5 were his appendages, good lord. And it was under Kosho that I studied the military arts. Oof. And I recall that at one point in the past he said to me that as far as Orsen is concerned, when it comes to his strategical acuity alone, he could be considered to be an equal to the 6 great generals. General Orsen is that much of a... But hang on, Kosho of the 6 is a figure of quite a few years past. If he held Orsen in such high regards even that many years ago, then the current Orsen must be... Sir, you need to wrap it up. 10, we'll probably see each other again on the march. For now, just tell Shin to be on his guard. 10, we're near the end. As for the plan for the attack on Gyo we shared with you before, depending on how the battle goes, you may discard it as you see fit. What? Just casually dropping that plan we spent so much time and effort on? That's how much of a risk is. It's not that we lack confidence in the plan itself, but simply that staying flexible is one of the greatest priorities. It just goes to show how many unknown factors may affect the attack on Gyo. We trust you to make the appropriate decisions as the situation develops. I trust him too, bro. Understood. Then we leave it all in your capable hands, General Orsen. If I may make one request of you before we set out. Shin? What's he doing over there? Say? Sorry about making you come all the way out here. Say? Huh? Who's that noble? Seems awfully chummy. Your Majesty! Majesty, is he? Don't go kneeling there. You back up the procession. As you were. Hurry up and get moving. This is a surprise. You're not champing out as much as... You're not champing out the bit as much as I expected. If he somehow sees them off... Oh my god. Horror, bro. Horror, bro. Horror, bro. I figured that the real critical wars like this like this one were gonna come sooner or later anyway. And it's not like this will be the last one either. Well, I say that, but once it actually starts, things always get real hectic. Anyway, say, enough about that stuff. What's that thing you asked me about? That thing. No need to worry. Here it comes now. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I fucking think it is? Is that? What? Shin? Is that? Could it be? I'll take off the wrapping. Make sure you hold it properly. It's General Arki's glaive. Hey man, this shit makes me want to shed a tear. It makes, hey bro. Dog, nigga said this is basically Enema. Don't you dare ever fucking compare Enema to this fucking glaive. Ever. They're nowhere near the same level. Nowhere near, bro. Don't ever fuck. Like, this arc actually has... Like, this is gonna be fucking amazing. Oh my god. That all tearing up. You guys, finally Shin's taken up the General's glaive. Makes sense. Ordinary ones can't stand up to his strength anymore, man. After 327 chapters, he finally gets this. How is it, Shin? Now that you actually hold it in your hands. Yeah. What's happening, bro? Is it because my hands are sweaty? Like... Okay. Back then, so many things happened at once which overwhelmed me. So I didn't notice it at the time, but now, after feeling it in my hand again, it really is incredibly heavy and incredibly warm. Delve into and overcome strife and carnage together with your men, Shin. Yeah, I understand, General. Think you can use it properly, Shin? If I tried to use it right away, I'd probably be the one that gets swung around. No choice but to get slowly used to it as I go. What's the hold up, Shin? You're holding up the rear. Looks like I better get moving, Shin. Say, Shin, as always, I shall be waiting for news of your success. You got it. Just you watch. This glaive and I will claim Riboku's head. Hishin unit, move out. Aye, man. Deadass? What an amazing chapter, bro. Why is this... Bro, I fixed the assistive touch shit. Why is it whiling? Okay. What a godly chapter. And here we've come. Chapter 500, guys. Chapter 500 in One Piece is the really introduction chapter. Chapter 500 is always like a mad milestone. And I can see Hara doing something big for it. Well, for 499 he done something big already. Loki, stop here. Nah, I'm gonna read. Fuck it. You crazy? I'm too hype. 11th year of reign. Look at this. Look at it. The combined forces of the Osen, Kanki, and Yotanwa armies sets forth for the lands of Zao. If I don't want to tease, nah, I want to tease. A gigantic tidal wave of military might sets forth for Zao. Zao Western Front, Buhaku Castle. My lords, urgent news. A huge force has just departed from Kanyo in Chin. This is a better place to stop. Everyone's saying stop. Four niggas saying stop. Alright, bet. We're gonna stop. It's best for like the next stream to start at 500 anyway. Alright, we stopped. Holy mother of God. What the hell did I just read? That stretch. Can you call that an arc? Nah, because it's a part of Western Zao Invasion, right? Like, half of what I just read, like the last 4 chapters was Western Zao Invasion. Oh my God, what I just read? Holy shit. Those 13 chapters were pure greatness. I'm sorry, Itsuro, bro. Hey, man, shit happens. Yeah, we stopped. Man. I changed. We doing a One Piece discussion tomorrow, Fiji? I kind of doubt it. Because Dritz is going to be streaming. All the guys are going to be streaming. So I doubt it. If anything, it's going to be Sunday. It depends. I'm free, so I'm gonna be at home. Oh yeah. No worries, Juan. I was joking around with you, man. I was joking around with you. I was just hyped, bro. Oki's Gave and Enma, they're not comparable, mate. But Suro, you the go, man. I apologize. Rishi's, bro, everything was amazing. That entire thing was amazing. Good lord. I had to kick back. Whew. Horror yet again. Peak fiction out. You know what I'm saying? Peak fiction out. Good lord. The stakes set up beautifully. We got all of it. Come on, let me like think back. So we started off. The first shit we got. What was the first thing we got? Now I'm trying to think. I can't remember because so much shit happened. But the first thing I read in this stream was, I'm trying to think, what was it? The first thing I read, hold up, I'm going to open up, I'm going to skim read. So I'm going to go to chapter 486. And the first thing we read was, okay, the godly conversation between Orken and Shin. That was probably, I don't know how to compare it. Like, I want to say that was the best thing out of the last 13 chapters I just read. But then you have Supreme Commander Olsen and Oki's Glaive. And then we have the shit with Rishi. And then you have the conversation with Riboku, the trash talking. Oh my God, bro. Bro. Oh my God. Like, reading this weekly isn't gonna hit as hard as binging, because like it's like a lot of series that it just doesn't hold up weekly as much as the binge. But I am still so fucking excited to read this weekly. Like, I'm finally gonna have another manga that I can read weekly and enjoy. Right now, the only mangas that are ongoing that I properly follow are Berserk, Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter. Why did I say the X there? I never see the X. So man, so yeah, right now is Berserk, obviously One Piece, and then Hunter x Hunter. That's like the main ones I follow that are weekly. I'm planning to pick up Haikyuu, I'm planning to pick up Vinland, but right now this is going to be the 4th manga that I'm following weekly, and it's probably going to be the best on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of hype and just quality every single week, this is probably going to be the thing I'm going to be enjoying the most. Sei and Orken probably arguably better than Sei vs Ryofui. You can definitely argue that. Well, it's up there, man. It's top 5 dialogues in this series for me. If I was to say top 5 dialogues, yeah, for me right now, Sei and Ryofui top 1, Sei speech inside top 2, Saiyan Orkin, arguably top 3, but I don't know. Number 3, maybe Saiyan Orkin. Then 4 we have the boy, what's it called? We have Shin in 480, the speech after the Bihei situation when he gave the speech about the Hishin unit. That's probably 4th. And then 5th, I don't know. Yes, Utsuro, that's what hurts. Like, that's the point. Like, I only really read One Piece weekly. And yeah, Juan, I already watched the anime. I'm up to date on the anime. I'm waiting for the next half of the season to come out so I can watch the Inarazaki match, actually watch it, and then I'm going to start reading. Because the next season is going to take like a year to watch, and I'm not bothered for that. Weekly Kingdom is obviously is good. Obviously, the binge is better. Anyways, good night. See you tomorrow, the One Piece Meltdown. Bro, I need to go to sleep now so I can wake up, go ham. I need to push out this One Piece review video, and then I'm going to start working on just the wank videos and all the other just wild videos that are coming. There are so many videos coming, bro. If you've read the spoilers, you know there is a lot of shit to talk about. Rempa, ooh, there are too many goated dialogues in Kingdom, bro. Too many. That Rempa conversation is gas, bro. What, the one about talking about the weight? Hold up a second. Where is Rempa right now? He's still in Chu. Are Chu gonna play a role in this arc? Because Riboku said, if we have an issue with Zhao, Chu can attack from the bottom. So it's like, the potential, yo. Yeah, Juan, you need to go. I need to go myself. I'm going to end the stream right now. So, we read chapter 486 to 499. What a beautiful stretch. Every one of those chapters, godly. Man, we love to see it. We out. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the stream. Thanks to everyone pulling up. Is that Masked Man in the chat? Go, love your videos. Free your main. Free up, man. Free Masked, everybody. Spam free Masked in the chat. Shin and Bihei convo was great. That's like one of my favorite dialogues for sure. When Rempa was pondering Oki's final moments, that's up there. That's up there for sure. Definitely. But anyways, it's 1:30 where I'm at. I'm tired as hell. Thanks to all you brothers for pulling up. But we out. I'm going to catch you guys in the next stream. Probably Saturday or Sunday, where we start Western Zao Invasion properly. We out.